Bunnings Warehouse, where lowest prices are just the beginning. And Bottle Mart. Chances are there's one close to you.
Welcome to the MCG. It's round 17 and it's a big one. It's arch enemies. Collingwood up against Brisbane. The Magpies looking for that all-important top 2 spot at the end of the season. And the Brisbane Lions now are just outside the top 8 and they are a chance for September action also, Robert Wall. So plenty to play for. I think this is going to be a lot closer than most people think.
Absolutely. Look, Brisbane are playing really well, Quarters. They've won their last 3 games. They've got plenty of run and dash. Jonathan Brown in ripping form at centre-half forward. And they'll really make a contest of it. Collingwood, on the other hand, just got a terrific run home over the last 6 games, and they're my tip to finish up there in about position 3 or 4.
Yeah, it is a dream draw, isn't it? Let's have a look at the Pies line up there as selected, and gee, that spine's looking pretty handy now, isn't it?
I like the back line. You've got O'Brien, who can play on any sized opponent, Presti and Wakeland. One of those will get Jonathan Brown, you would think. And, of course, Johnson's experience. The forward line's the key, though. Davis and Didak have been in really good form. And, of course, Cloak at centre-half forward has improved out of sight. Anthony Rocker kicked a few last week. And Fraser performing very well in the ruck for the Magpies.
And as far as the Lions are concerned, Jonathan Brown coming off a record 10-goal game, but he needs help up there, and he's been getting it the last few weeks.
Well, he has, and Brennan has been giving him plenty of support. Hooper got some goals at ground level. Copeland's an interesting one. Now, Copeland's mainly played as a half-back flanker, but they've moved him forward, and he's been able to kick goals. Have a look at that ruck division. Charman, Black and Power, all premiership players.
And looking forward to young Leuenberger also playing tonight. Okay, as I said, I think it'll be a lot closer than people think. I'm going for Collingwood, but just by a kick or 2, Rob.
Yeah, Collingwood for me, but they will be competitive, Brisbane. They will be very quick and they'll move the ball into that forward line so they can get it to Jonathan Brown. Hopefully 1 out. And if they do that, well, Big Brownie could kick 6 or 8. You never know.
Time for the opening bounce. So lots to look forward to about tonight. I'm tipping the Pies. Most people think. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, you'd have to tip Collingwood, but I'm with you, Quarters. This is going to be a really close game.
So away in what should be a fascinating night at the MCG for all sorts of reasons. O'Brien has the kick smothered. There's Black. Has the first possession of the match. Chips it out wide. And a solid mark's been taken by Hooper. He's been a revelation since he's come back into the side after his early season troubles.
And Presti's got the job, Quarters, on Brown.
Not a great kick as Collingwood come away with it. Lockhew's in hot form. Clever kick. In front, Lucuria can't mark. At the back, Rocker misses.
Gee, the big fella thought he had it. He had the fish pumped.
Important for them early, isn't it, with Rocker? We usually get a pretty good indication early whether he's on or not.
Yeah, and I think Daniel Merritt's a really good matchup for him. He's the #1 spoiler in the competition, Daniel Merritt, and he's not going to give Anthony Rocker any easy possessions tonight.
Well, they make their breaks from the huddle. Didn't look like a great kicker off the boot, and Rocker had the anticipation, took the mark from the drum and kick in. He's normally pretty reliable. They do take a long time to kick in generally, the Lions, and haven't had a great deal of success in getting it inside 50. Not sure about the placement of that kick though from Rocker. Time on the side of Simon Black. Gee, again, just a bit rusty at the moment, both sides. And Swan comes in. Swan's had a bit of a dry patch lately, and again, a mistake, and it's out of bounds on the foot.
Very team-orientated Collingwood are, but you'd love to see Anthony Rocker go back and kick that. He can kick the distance. Such a good kick from outside 50. Almost too unselfish there.
So Black switches to the other side of the ground. Mark taken by Stiller, who's averaging 19 disposals a game this season. Pops it up to a contest. Pat Fall, good mark.
Harry O'Brien playing on Brennan.
Into the middle to Black. Kick again.
He's had a lot of early touches.
And Rowe provides the run, right? Smack bang in the middle of the MCG. Chips, it's a good kick, and it finds Charman, who's sneaked up forward and takes the mark in front of Fraser.
Well, he did sneak up forward, and there's Harry O'Brien on Brennan. And Josh Fraser did push down there with Charman, but this is a terrific start by Brisbane, particularly by Simon Black.
Well, Fraser usually likes to go forward himself, but perhaps with Brown now, Fraser will drop back tonight and provide a bit of support. As Charman kicks and kicks truly. Lions on the board. So there's Jed Adcock in picture. Let's get straight into the technology for tonight. And here's the heart rate at the moment for Jed Adcock, up at 188.
Yep. And I'll bring Quinny in once we get going or not? Okay. Well, there's Jed Adcock. He's one of the men we've got wired up tonight with the GPS system. We're watching his heart rate at the moment. We're going to follow him just in the bottom left of your screen for the next minute. This is amazing stuff. This is coming through live into the box, and we're going to get a massive insight, Luke Darcy, into Jed Adcock and what his heart rate does for the next minute wherever he goes.
Yeah, well, it was up at about 185, which is not far off his max, so he's working really hard at the moment.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, the play going on, and he might get involved very soon. Drummond getting the ball on the wing. This is Johnson. And the Lions would have their supporters' hearts beating pretty well at the moment. Here he is in the play. Let's see the heart rate change much. It stays the same as he gets it deep to full forward. Copeland has been dangerous in the last 3 weeks. He's willing it back, but it goes through 4 behind.
So the quick kick in by marked by Lockyer. Pendlebury, bang goes Adcock. Good stuff. Up to 199 if you don't mind.
He stayed cool when he had the ball before, didn't he?
Pendlebury, long ball to the wing. No mark to Swan. Oh, it's in the back, is it? No. To McDonald, umpire let it go. Lucuria. Another man wearing the heart monitor tonight to O'Brien. Little kick finds Loney. To Clark. A couple of Irishmen playing tonight. He goes into the pocket over the head of Rocker. Here's a big opportunity for Cloak. Cloak! Oh. He's brilliant! A miracle goal to Cloak!
Incredible goal. He knew what he was doing. He knew he had to bounce it. He had to bounce it just to get a little bit of angle, and he got that with the bounce, and he would have had the width of about 2 footballs to squeeze it through. Have a look at that. Absolutely knew what he was doing. That is a sensational effort by Travis Cloak.
Just interesting to see Jed Adcock's heart rate is still up around 192. We reckon his max is about 199, and that's been at that amount, which is near his full capacity for about the last minute or so.
Well, listen, and high performance manager John Quinn down on the boundary. What do you make of it so far, John?
Oh, look, it's very interesting seeing Adcock's heart rate up there. It's not surprising. He was in that contest, and it took a little while for the heart rate to shoot up. That would be a normal thing, but it could stay up there. I'm not going to be surprised to see Adcock's heart rate up above that 90% level for probably 75% of this game.
All right, we'll get you to explain a bit more in a moment. The Lions trying to counter, nodding. Adcock again, getting busy. Brown lurking, but some 10 metres off the contest. Trying to work there. Hasn't Black had a lot of the footy so far. O'Brien, a high ball to the wing. Maxwell playing in front. Able to take the mark. Fraser really pushing for him here. Rowe backing off. Didn't want him allowed to create the loose man. Interesting decision to go long. Cloak looming large as he does. Thomas on the ground, pouncing to his feet. Trying to get it in to Rocco. Will you pay that? No. And he somehow was able to get it back to Thomas. Oh. We know he's never out of it. Not a great handball. Selwood wrapped up in some fierce Clark tackling.
Selwood got the tagging job on Swan. And no. There was a nice little bump ball, wasn't it? Good take, though, by the big fella.
Sharman, beautiful tap again to Black.
That's 6 disposals to Black.
And Lappin, he doesn't waste many himself, to the wing. Brown wrestles. Tackled by Wakelin and Prestigiacomo. Play on, says the umpires, letting it go. Copeland rips it out of the pack, but not for long. Now it spills eventually to Mills. Here he is, Adcock. A long kick, they do a one-on-one. It's a good kick. Brennan in front of O'Brien, being held shortly. No free kick. Brennan still goes anyway. No, he's missed. Gee, I thought Brennan had one arm being held there.
Well, the umpire was in perfect position, chose not to give a free kick.
Great forward line set up, though, to have that much space in a one-on-one contest 20 metres out from goal.
Pies getting back to help out. This is O'Brien now.
Yeah, O'Brien's got to tighten up on Black.
Adcock for Stiller. And Adcock, who's been playing a lot more of a midfield role over the last few weeks and really looking at home at this level now. Not that he didn't in the first couple of years of his career, but really maturing. Kicked 3 goals last week, in fact. Charman trying to farm it down, but initially there was more Pies than Lions. Lappin is in sensational form over the last 6 or 8 weeks, and one of the reasons why. He's our man, Adcock again. Oh, Brennan's miles in front of O'Brien.
Geez, he started well, Jed Adcock, and there's got to be a bit of a fact that he knows he's got the heart rate monitor on. He also knows that it's being live around the country, and look how hard he's working. You can just see he's blowing as he's running off the ground, and a bit of an incentive when you know you're being watched so closely.
Gee, he looks as
you
if
want to work as hard as you possibly can.
He looks as if he's spent, doesn't he?
Well, Jared Brennan kicked a goal last week, 17 possessions, kicked 12 goals over the last 6 weeks. And that looks pretty good. And the Lions need business for us.
Yeah, they do. And it's always been probably the part of Jared Brennan's game that he'd like to improve is his kicking. And he has kicked a number of goals in the last few weeks. So a good start for them. He's really providing an option up forward after starting this year in defence. So good start for Brennan.
And there's Simon Black. 7 disposals in the opening minutes of this game. We've just gone 9 minutes. O'Brien was his opponent. O'Brien has been benched. And you can see Tarkin Lockyer now with the job.
Well, his last 7 matches against Collingwood, Black has been averaging 30 disposals a game. This year, his season average is 23. So he loves playing against Collingwood as Fraser gets the free kick. Out wide, finds Cloak. He kicked that brilliant goal a few minutes ago. Big wind-up on the left. It's a good one to the tip of the goal square. From behind Maxwell, plays on, Rocker. Will he kick a goal? He won't, he's tackled. Oh, they've left him golden opportunities to slip by Collingwood.
Well, Maxwell's an important player because he's the third tall, he locks the ball in, but he's just got to realise when you get an opportunity like that, go back, kick the goal. Don't be cute.
This is Hooper for Brown. He's had to go far and wide to try and win his possessions. He does it nicely here. That is his first one, in fact, in the direction of Copeland.
It's an interesting move having Robert Copeland as a forward. I really like it. It just shows, as we look at Nick Maxwell's top speed for the quarter. John Quinn could probably tell us a bit more about that.
John, can you tell us what we're looking at there, with how much sprint time he does and his average top speed there of 30 kilometres an hour?
Well, that's the sort of speed you'd be expecting these players to run at. In fact, the average speed's around about 33, and the first 5 minutes, just watch each quarter, the first 5 minutes are going to be moving at their quickest.
John, what about an Olympic sprinter? How fast do they go?
Oh, you're looking at speeds up to around about 40, 42, 43 kilometres. Some of those might be a bit tainted, but they're moving along those boys.
How about you, Walter? Here's Hooper, fresh from 4 goals last week. He had the radar on 4 straight last week. And the Lions 2-2-14, Collingwood 1-2-8.
Burns to Johnson. Good kick to Marty Clark, playing his 6th game of AFL footy on the half volley. Maxwell, nice trap. Ruining that last missed opportunity. Back to Clark. Lucuria back to Clark again. Good running from the Irishman. He goes to 50. He loads up, but he misses and misses by a long way.
I tell you what, he did everything right, the kid, except with the kick. But his attack on the football, his half volley pick-up, his handball, his run to receive. He did about 9 things out of 10 properly there. He's an exciting player.
6-1 hit-outs at the moment favouring the Lions. One of the main reasons Black's got so much possession early in the game. This is Josh Drummond.
And again, the Lions surging out of defence, nodding a powerful user of the footy. Thomas versus Lappin for Brown. Just had no one to lay it off to, so he has to roll the dice. Brennan was looming, but well done O'Brien. Sets up Shaw, and he blasts away into the middle, where Didak's got a bit of space. Just got to see off Charman. Well, he couldn't see him off. Drummond, but Didak kept on going. Once again, Charman came at him. Just rewind the tape. And the Lions probably getting their nose in front in the one-on-one contest at the moment. This is Patfull. Had a couple of different roles during the year. Riscatelli. Patfull goes again.
Gee, Charman was fantastic, wasn't he, the big bloke?
Just sets a great message, doesn't it, to your side. Have a look at this effort here, chasing Didak, who's an elite runner, and the second effort
he
again
goes
to get
again.
up.
I'll get you the second time.
I wonder if he can win this hit out, because he's absolutely knackered at the moment.
Black again. Number 8. Yep, to Power. Shorts it and finds Patfull. Now he'll switch to the members' side. Mark's taken by Selwood. So Brisbane at the moment doing well. As Drummond's kick finds Brown.
He leads up all the time quarters, Jonathan Brown. That's about the third time he's been in front of Presti. Presti maybe won't worry if he's getting his possessions up near the wing as he is.
The lead provided by Brennan. He just had to put it in the one hand, didn't he?
Charman's just come off, Luke, as you said, knackered.
That's the scientific John Quinn term for it.
What's knackered mean, John?
Now Hooper. To a big contest. Wakeland from the side, no mark. Johnson attacking it as Black. He's all over him. Be careful. Oh, he's been pinned. He has been pinned. And Simon Black, there's not much Johnson could do, but that's the rule in the modern game. And Black from only 15 metres out should kick a goal. Well, that's the rule, whether you like it or not.
He didn't try hard enough to get it out.
So Simon Black, his 9th disposal to put the Lions further in front of the halfway mark of the first quarter. He chips. He goals. The Magpies have a game on their hands tonight. What do you think, Luke?
It's just a timely reminder for me of just how good Simon Black is, and not that you need too much reminding, because he's just one of the superstars of the game. He's got rid of Shane O'Brien's first opponent tonight, and his just work rate is so hard, and he deserved this free kick. 9 disposals, 3 clearances. He's on fire.
Of course, Simon Black, who's kicked a goal and had 9 possessions, as you mentioned earlier, quarters, fond memories against the Pies, and more so than the 2003 grand final where he took the Norm Smith and had 39 touches. So he's going at about that rate at the moment, and the Lions certainly impressive. Talk about impressive. Just keep your eye on Leuenberger, both tonight and in the next few years. The way he's looked early, he's going to be a star of the future. We don't want to put the was on him too early, but shown some wonderful signs in the last few weeks after being picked up at number 4. This is Riscatelli. Mills was in the mix there. O'Brien, Richards playing the backup ruckman role tonight. Shaw, Didak.
Jonathan Brown just put Heath Shaw down.
This is Johnson as they come out the other side. Thomas working hard for him on the wing, but after that he might have to go. Oh no, he's in and out, and really can't find the outlet he wanted.
Magpies have got a giant forward line. Cloak, Rocker, Maxwell and Fraser all in the forward line with Richards rucking.
I guess they feel they can test out the Brisbane defence, don't they, for height, Wolsey?
That'll be the plan.
And there's McGrath, and again, impressive the Lions. Stiller and Riscatelli. They lead by 13 and trying to build further.
Terence is 8-1 in favour of the Lions at the moment. And look at this, running in waves. Lappin out wide to Brennan. He'll line up for goal. Well, he should. He's within range.
Geez, they look really dangerous with a quick movement. Brisbane going inside 50, and Brennan and Brown have both been able to win possession. But on a slow play, Collingwood have just at every occasion either getting Harry O'Brien or Shane Wakeland back in front of Jonathan Brown. So quick movement is really going to hurt Collingwood.
And the Brisbane team try to get it into that central corridor from back pocket, back flank. They look to square it into the middle, then start their run.
For his second. It's home. Well, the Lions have got the jump on the Pies. Well, Geez, their running is amazing, isn't it? Just running in waves from half back at the moment, and it's a big effort to run Collingwood off their legs.
Yeah, especially when you've got players of the calibre of Lappin and Power and Black. I mean, as I said before, we probably underestimate just the quality that they've still got out there, and the younger players, Adcock and these guys, have started really well.
There's a shot of Josh Fraser. He's playing as a permanent forward. There's also Travis Cloak and Rocker and Maxwell. It is an extremely tall forward line, but one of the worries is that once Brisbane get it across half-back, they just run those big blokes off their legs.
Let's see how they go if it hits the turf here. Rowe, Rocker, Merritt, all in the mix. Well done, Merritt. A risk of tally. He's in good touch early. He's dangerous man by hand. McGrath's awareness wasn't perhaps as he would have liked, but they are fleet of foot at the moment, running all over the Magpies. Adcock, 3 last week, and he likes that. Oh, they are hot. And when you're hot,
you're certainly hot, Jed Adcock, Hutto, as you called. I mean, just a good example of, and well done here by Ashley McGrath, to just shrug the tackle from Goldsack, get the ball quickly into the forward line, and Adcock just shows how much a rotation plays in the game. He's had his spell, come back on fresh, and he's able to kick a goal from outside 50. Without that rotation, he wouldn't be able to do that.
Brisbane Lions smashing Collingwood to the tune of 25 points. 19 minutes gone, first quarter. And they're dominating in the ruck. They're dominating the clearances. McGrath fed it out. Another clearance win to Brisbane. Hatfield looks for Brown. Can't take the mark. Front and centre was Copeland. Couldn't control it. Has another go. Over to Hooper. Hooper finds some space. Hooper loads up for goal, but he's going to miss.
Wakeland quickly back into play. Swan. Oh, just off his game, as you mentioned, over the last couple of weeks, getting close attention. Came from Notting that time, and gee, Swan very laconic about it. O'Brien, the intended target. But the Magpies, anything but clean. The Lions, adrenaline pumping. Copeland riding the hits. And misses. Against Laurenberger. Free kick goes the way of the Magpies.
Collingwood interchange bench is full of runners, and they need them on. Didac, Burns, Thomas, Pendlebury.
Leon Davis inserted into the forward line to try and give them a bit of mobility down there. They would be stunned at the moment, the Pies, and we see just making fundamental mistakes as they try and share it around. O'Brien wanted to give. Swan, we know he's done a lot of efforts in the last few minutes, and that wasn't a great one. Clark, back for Johnson. Finally, they've worked a loose one into the pocket. It's Guy Richards. And has not kicked a goal this year, and only 3 in his career.
Well, there's Thomas on the interchange bench, and as we mentioned, a lot of runners there, and they need them on the ground.
Well, Richards might not be a goal kicker. Ryan Loney has been on occasions, but not that time. Just his 3rd game for the year, Loney, and without a goal. And Hooper is doing work at both ends of the ground. Look at this.
Yeah, Leuenberger has worked really hard to present on the wing.
Oh.
Gives off to Power. Power pops it over the top to Begley. Goes long. Copeland's there. So's Brennan. Pressure on the Magpie defence. Oh, over the top. Brennan takes a beauty.
Well, he's too good for Harry O'Brien. And Mick Malthouse may well have to make the move. It may well be Nick Maxwell who goes down there, because he's going to kick his 3rd goal, and Harry O'Brien's been nowhere near him.
The Big H is getting hammered. And Brennan from point blank for his 3rd. This will make it 31, the difference. He's an enigma, isn't he? We all knew he could play. He hasn't produced much so far in his AFL career, which is now 54 games old, but boy, when he's on, he's on.
When you look at the talent of Brennan, and as you play against Brisbane, you always say, you've got to play someone good on him, because this is what he can do. And just impressed. Looks like someone's done some work with him on his kicking action. Paul Hudson is up there as an assistant coach now at Brisbane Lions. His kicking action looks so much better. Kick 3 in the first quarter.
And you just have a look at that huddle down there. Brisbane, that's the Brisbane forward line, and they're grouping together. Now, it just means there's plenty of space for them to lead forward into, and they're winning the clearances. So that's a good move by Lee Matthews.
And this is a good move from Clark, or it was initially. Maxwell was their hands in the back. Rowe, Begley, a late inclusion. Gee, they're just full of aggression, aren't they? It's a totally different Brisbane forward line to what we saw for the first half of the year. They were a one-dimensional, go to Jonathan Brown, nothing else. Teams are putting blokes in front. Now they're multi-dimensional. Totally different, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. Jared Brennan's just added that extra bit of class, and it takes a good player to play. And Harry O'Brien hasn't been beaten for a long time, and he has been tonight.
All right, let's have a look at the G-force. This is the impact, John Quinn. We saw the big bump there, a 9.2. What does that mean, Jamie Charman, earlier on?
Well, the impact's referring to change of direction. It's talking about acceleration, deceleration, and obviously just bang on force. We'd expect maximums up around about the 10 Gs, so that's about right, around that 7, but it's cumulative, so we're pretty interested in what happens after the game.
From experience, 9.2 from Jamie Charman hurts a bit. He's got a bit behind.
All right, we'll see whether there's bigger hits than that during the night. There he is, involved again, Charman. He's had a bit of a rest. Adcock, power, just a little sloppy. And it is Ben Johnson's free.
Prestigiacomo's been moved on to Brennan. That move had to be made.
Lions zoning off a little in defence. They've got one extra man deep. And he's gone up to meet the ball. So reasonably one-on-one. Hooper. And again, they had the numbers. Stiller. Drummond. They sorted out Rowe. And they're going again.
Like that corridor, Hutto.
Trying to own it, aren't they? Lappin. This is Mills. He's a handball man. He doesn't kick a lot. Lappin had to go around the corner. He's got the run to be able to do it. O'Brien trying to make amends, trying to get involved in the game. Johnson a swing and a miss. Adcock, Begley came in for Harding. This is Patfull. Been in defence lately. Maybe playing a defensive role, I'm sure. Here's Lucuria and Loney, and the Magpies do sort it out.
So Paul Lucuria pops one over the top to Richards, puts him under the hammer. He's not up to it. There's Stiller, gets it back to Power, to the 50. Good mark, running back was Riscatelli. He squares it up. It's going to have to be good to Mills. He's got the free for interference.
Drop the arms.
No, not here.
Moving the ball quickly, Brisbane, not giving Collingwood a chance to settle.
So Wade Mills has never kicked a goal in league football. He's playing in his 11th match. He's 7th for this season. And the 19-year-old will line up directly in front.
He's gone back a long way, and that's good.
Millsy, here he comes. Not quite.
It's interesting that he's playing there, though, because he's done it a bit in the last few weeks. It gives them another marking target.
Yeah,
it's also, I think, a real sign of their emphasis on forward pressure.
Yeah,
I mean, having to take one down their Mills, it's just a good sign to the team. They want to keep the ball inside 50.
He's a defender, and he's playing that role up forward. This is Lockyer.
It's a little bit like Maxwell, who basically is a defender playing up forward for Collingwood.
Been a real trend in the game, hasn't it, over the last 12 to 18 months, both with small and now some taller forward defenders going into the forward line. Magpies, a sign of their frustration, but the Lions have got all their numbers back. They'd be mighty pleased with this 32-point lead at the moment. Just over 2 minutes to go in this opening term.
Brisbane get heaps of numbers back. That's why Collingwood's fiddling around with the footy. They don't want to kick it long because Brisbane's got the flood going.
And fiddling they are, but as we said, it's a necessity. Johnson trying to hit up a target. It's a wide target.
Yeah.
And Merritt able to take care of Rocker. Begley, one of their runners. Let's see if they can go through the middle of the ground again. It's not this time. They go out wide before going forward. And there's Millsy.
I think now the rebound is the space that Brisbane have got going other way inside 50. If they can take this mark, they're out.
Well done by Prestigiacomo. Brennan was all by himself for a couple of minutes. And he takes it over the line. That's not a bad result for the Lions.
That Presti going on to Brennan's a good move. He's one of the tightest defenders in the AFL, so Brennan will know he's alive now.
Charman against Richards. Richards to tap it. It went straight down the throat of Black. Now can he use it? It's a beautiful kick. And Jonathan Brown can make it a 38-point ball game.
Just couldn't be more impressed with the way Brisbane have played this first quarter, and their setup's been so good. I mean, the space You can see Simon Black, that's his 11th disposal this quarter, but look at the space inside 50 there Jonathan Brown's got. He would just be loving life with that sort of space. He's hard enough to beat with 3 opponents on him, but give him that amount of time, he's almost impossible to stop.
Seen something tonight, Luke, that haven't seen much before, and that is a cluster of Brisbane forwards, nearly always together, so that when the ball comes forward, they've got space to the side, up front and behind to move into.
Well, it was a dead-eye dick last week, Jonathan Brown, and he's nailed that one. Brisbane by 38 points. As Bobby Davis would say,
fair dinkum.
unbelievable.
Bobby's pretty happy at the moment too.
I'll tell you who's unbelievable is Simon Black. I mean, we know he's unbelievable and he's won every award and honour in the game, but it's just great to see him at his best again tonight. He's a superstar.
And Mick Malthouse certainly got some worries there. That's a great shot. You can see the huddle of Brisbane players, and it just means there's heaps of space for them to break into. Some of those Collingwood defenders, the experienced ones, they should be pushing up into that space, not letting Brisbane get what they want.
Lions full of energy. Charman getting it down. McGrath and Adcock, Goldsack, Davis, all in the thick of it. Only 30 seconds more to go.
Make sure those knees are accidental, okay? Right?
Make sure they're accidental.
It's okay as long as it's accidental.
That is one of the comments of the season, I reckon, from Michael Vozzo.
Blocking him. Head straight at him, Josh. Head straight at him.
One
Couldn't
more
even get near
thrust
the ball.
forward.
Mark's here.
The forwards have split. There's Brennan one out in the square. He's a booming kick, Charman. Brennan's got Shaw's measure. Oh, gee, you can't count him out. Wasn't that a great spoil? Brennan maybe thought he had his measure. This is McGrath in ever confined spaces. Black. Brown was hoping. Wakeland, and they'll get out of jail. The last behind not needed, but it counts. Just got in on the siren. And Brisbane, what a quarter from Lethal Lee and his boys.
Wouldn't mind a heart rate on Mick Malthouse right now. Heart rate monitor.
No, we don't have that, Stephen. 7-6-48 to 139.
30 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. Now at Harvey Norman. Get on the ball and catch this incredible offer in-store now. Monthly repayments and 30 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. We've got it all ready to roll. A huge range of big screen home entertainment and household appliances, computers, home office and mobile technology, furniture, bedding and bedroom furniture. Plus 30 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. But hurry, limited time only. Go Harvey Norman.
As humans, it's in our nature to seek, but what if it wasn't? For a start, hide and seek would just be hide. There'd be no museums, or people for that matter. We'd never try new styles, never look under the couch, never leave home, and we'd never change jobs. So it's a good thing we like to seek, because if we didn't seek, we wouldn't find.
I do ING commercials because I'm assured they're a good company. But like most of you, I'm no expert in investment, insurance or superannuation. And you should take expert advice about things important to your future. Find a qualified financial advisor. Ask questions. Get answers. Make choices that are right for you.
Okay, Billy.
Don't make life-changing decisions on the basis of TV ads alone. Not even mine.
This great sporting moment, as seen on Fox Sports, is brought to you by OPSM. The NBL's Wollongong and Adelaide have always had a healthy rivalry, and the 2001 third semi-final was no different. Hawks guard Damon Lowry draws a foul against the 36ers to set up a trifecta from the free throw line, right on the full-time bell. Lowry needs to sink all 3 shots in order to send Wollongong through to the grand finals and a shot at taking out the NBL title.
This is to get to the grand final. Oh my goodness! Greatest finish!
Can't believe your eyes? Call OPSM on 13 20 20 today to book an eye test.
So where did you used to teach?
I used to teach at Collingwood Primary.
Oh, I used to play footy for them when I was a kid.
So you played for Collingwood then?
Hey, I never knew that. Hey, Edward. My dad used to play for Collingwood. See?
Now you can really be part of the action with sport exclusively online and on your Telstra mobile. Enjoy live AFL scores and stats, match replays, highlights and more, all on Big Pond Sport.
Intelligence is expressed by the decisions we make. Consider the Kia Magentas, the smart choice in medium-sized cars, with the highest standard of safety equipment and best fuel economy in its class. Plus a 5-year warranty. At just $25,990 drive away, it's a smart choice. Visit your Kia dealer today. Kia, the power to surprise.
Tonight at 7:30, England clash with India in the second test, live from Trent Bridge. England v India, the second test, tonight at 7:30, live and exclusive, Fox Sports 3.
Well, what a performance from Brisbane in the opening quarter. Would you believe it? The Lions lead by 39 points, 7-6 to 1-3. Brennan's kicked 3. Black 12 disposals. That's, I tell you what, Jamie Charman only had 2 disposals in that first quarter, but he was as dominant as Black was. It was a terrific performance from Brisbane, and this man and his Chargers have their work cut out now. They've got to cut back a 39-point deficit. Robert Walls and Luke Darcy.
Well, I think they'll cut it back because I'm pretty impressed with this Collingwood team. One thing they do, they fight out every game that they play in. OK, they've been shell-shocked there by the Brisbane start. They've had a chance to settle down. They'll come back.
Well, let's have a look at a couple of the GPS stats here in the first quarter. Speed. Nick Maxwell topped it with 30.2. Daniel Merritt got up to 30. John Quinn, your thoughts?
Yeah, the one that stands out to me is Copeland there with his average speed of 6.4. And also look at the total distance that they're running. So Copeland's up very high for a total distance of 3.4. For a fitness coach, that one stands out.
In fact, Copeland playing a lot of times in the forward line, and there's the distance, how much time he's jogging, 1.7, and the totals, you said 3.43. He's covered more territory than anyone else.
So who said forwards were bludgers? We start this second term. And it's got to start in the middle for Collingwood. Fraser's got to get his hand on the footy, and the midfielders have got to get some possessions as Collingwood go inside 50. Rocker attacks it. Beautifully done to O'Brien in the pocket. He tries to kick the goal. It's across the face and just the one behind. Shane O'Brien, who started his career with the Brisbane Lions, playing 19 games after being taken pick 10 back in 1997, and found himself in Collingwood colours.
What do you think the Magpies will be working on, particularly after the quarter-time break, Luke?
I think they've just got to get the ball on a bit quicker, Hutto, and take some more risk. If they play on, they can give Rocker and their forwards a chance one-on-one, and they haven't had a lot of that in the first quarter.
Dane Swan has been moved deep into defence on Jared Brennan. That's Brennan's third opponent.
Merritt and Drummond combining, and they find some space through centre-half back. Let's see if Notting goes. He does.
Through the corridor again.
And in the direction of Brown and Copeland.
Oh.
Presti committed. Was it a free? No, it wasn't. Copeland was there at the front trying to help out. Loney and Thomas.
Got Thomas playing on the half-back flank.
Burns. Bit of overlap. I mean, something we haven't seen a lot of for the Maggies so far. Drummond was committed. O'Brien. Patfull's careful.
Player down and hurt quite badly,
and Rocker's taken the mark, and it's Drummond.
Yep.
He's had some chronic injuries in the past, hasn't he? I hope it's just a corky or something.
Elbow to the head, maybe, from Cloak. Yeah, looked like an elbow to the head.
Yeah, he will come off. He's in a bit of strife. Mick Malthouse has put a couple of his midfielders into defence. Thomas is one, Swan's the other, so looking for a bit more run out of that back line.
Anthony Rocker at his 13th season, 11 of them with the Pies. His 20th game tonight with the Magpies. 30 goals, 26 for the year. And they need him to have his kicking boots on tonight.
It's like a double whammy for Drummond, doesn't it? A knee injury and an elbow to the head. I think the initial contact put him down, and then maybe he just landed awkwardly when he was half KO.
It did look to the legs splayed out a bit, didn't it?
The all-important first goal of the second quarter goes to that man, Anthony Rocker. Boy, did Collingwood need it. They've cut it back to 32. Long way to go in this game. Collingwood far from out of it, obviously. But they're going to have to be at their very best for the remaining 3 quarters to pinch the 4 points.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Josh Fraser's just had the one disposal so far. His opponent, Jamie Chalmers, had 2, so they're playing very close to each other.
Shane Wakeland, that's smart play by Wakeland. He's getting up in the space. Have a look at the experienced defender. He's realised that he's not going to let Brisbane get away with what they want.
Here they come. Black squeezes the kick out and does it nicely. And finds Mills, who wants to get it moving quickly.
He wants to lay it off to someone. And that was good, Wolsey. That was the man who you saw who was playing on Wakeland.
Brennan bangs it long, but he's off target. 3 goals to Jared Brennan.
So they went to the man who Wakeland was zoning off.
Yeah, smart play. I mean, I think Shane Wakeland's always going to start in front. So Mills was clever enough to get away from them in the lead.
Just a matter of how they get the ball from Mills to someone else to kick a goal at the moment, isn't it? Was that hands in the back? No, it wasn't. Not in. This is Thomas. At the moment, the Brisbane side is very hard to pass. Hooper, we know he can do some tricks. Goes to work. Gets the goal umpire working as well, unfortunately, from his point of view.
He booked himself there.
Yeah. Geez, they look dangerous when they go forward at the moment, Brisbane. Every time they have an inside 50, you just think they're going to score.
Christie on Josh Drummond.
He's just been taken down into the Brisbane rooms with the doctors to have a look at his right knee. They don't seem too concerned about the knock to the head. It's more the knee injury.
Prestigiacomo goes short to Thomas. To Johnson. Who's been a bit down this year as far as disposals are concerned, averaging 18 a game. Good work by Collingwood.
Gee, good run by Heath Shaw.
He goes sideways to Burns, who lost his footing. Wasn't the best of passes. Davis run down by Lappin. Hooper couldn't quite control it. Burns will have another go. Back to the 50. Didak has to kick partially smothered by Adcock. Good fist away, but only as far as Shaw, who kicks it inside out and hits the behind post. So it's a free kick to Brisbane.
Didn't end up getting a score there, but it was a better build-up for Collingwood. You could see every play. It started with Johnson down back. He played on. Fraser reeled and went straight away, and Burns played on. That's how they're going to get back into the game.
Well-placed kick for Adcock, and eventually takes the grab, despite the pressure from O'Brien. Lions trying to make it 4 wins in a row, and that looked most unlikely in the mid part of the season. He's nodding. Hasn't he been devastating again tonight?
They went for a period, Brisbane, where they, in 7 games, only had a draw.
He adjusted the kick there still. I'm not sure if he made the right adjustments. He was trying to get Brennan. It was actually a reasonable kick still, and maybe could have gone for goal. But the Lions still pressing. They've had 16 scoring shots to 6 so far, and their lead is 35.
Geez, they own the corridor at the moment, don't they, Luke?
Yeah, it seems it's been a real focus of theirs to come back through the corridor, and keep us working well.
Martin Clark has the ball at half-back for Collingwood. He's been told to go. He kicks short to Loney. Back to Clark. Just evades the tackle. Swan to the wing. And his kick finds Johnson. Trying to get some run into their game. That's better from Loney. Has the kick smothered. They ran out of space. Well done by Rowe. The idea was right. Unless they're trying to create something, the Pies. And Loney's told all about his mistake.
Yes, they will get stuck into him. There's a man who can't kick on his right foot.
Fraser out the back. Black just couldn't keep his feet. Didak, Hooper, Clark, all that touches. Thomas. Something usually happens when he gets the ball. Blistering pace, but unfortunately he was going the wrong way. But it was outstanding play. Again, they're forced to go wide though, the Magpies. Prestigiacomo and O'Brien for Burns. Needed the accommodating bounce, but it's that man nodding again, causing some havoc as they go again. Fairly direct towards goal. You just can't leave him for too long. Presti was on up the ground. And so, as we mentioned, Jonathan Brown, unbelievable goal kicking last week.
Well, he credited his I'm quoting here, his Mrs. Chili.
He has gone back.
Help him kick long and straight.
Help him to kick
Help
straight.
him kick long and straight.
He's about 30 metres back from the man on the marks.
24 goals over the last 4 weeks.
I'm only quoting that.
Yeah. Well, is he going to blame her if he misses? Kylie, I think his partner's name is.
Well, it would have been nice if he'd actually called her by name last week.
Other than his missus.
Yeah. O'Brien. His kick finds Thomas.
Or Kyles, as he calls him.
Lead from Cloak, who's worked hard. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Lockyer. Handball went straight to Black. He's pushed in the back. Well, it's a free kick, and they're just playing on it every opportunity, Brisbane. Black's on his wrong side, so he gives it off to Charman, who thumps a long kick. Brennan's one out again. Oh, coming from the side, fearlessly was Brown. He might have cleaned up Brennan. Gee, it was hard stuff from Brown, as you always expect. And Brennan has got up a little bit gingerly. In the meantime, Collingwood have got the ball on the rebound, on the wing. Didak chips it inboard to Clark. In fact, it's not Clark, it's Shaw. Shaw to O'Brien, and he'll have a shot at goal. And Brennan is still very ginger down the other end of the ground. He got smashed into by a teammate.
Well, he did, and he's in a lot of pain. He can't even pull his shorts up.
It's a goal to Collingwood in the meantime. There's the incident. And Shaw has converted. And Brisbane have conceded the opening 2 goals of the second term. So the Magpies, as we know they will do, they will claw their way back into the contest. And they've cut the deficit back to 30.
Well, Mick Malthouse, he put Thomas and Swan into the back line, and he's moved Heath Shaw more towards the wing half-forward area. And he's encouraged them to run and carry the ball, and they are just starting to work their way back into it. Gee, it was great courage shown by Jonathan Brown running back with the flight.
It was Woolsey, but I've heard, just having a look at the heart rate here of Paul Currier at 175, which John Quinn is saying that's about 90% of his max. So he's a really hard worker, Paul Currier. He can probably sustain that for a long period of time.
Well, he's a great endurance athlete, isn't he? So we'll see whether he gets involved in the play. The Lions just smarting a bit after that last goal. Marching back to 30.
Danger! Hand on the footy!
A couple of injuries can turn a game, and as Porter's mentioned, that we know the Pies will just keep on coming. Stiller messes it for Rowe. He's got power. He wanted to give to him straight away. Now Maxwell covers power, so he moves on, kicks into a hot area. Black, what a game he's played. 16 possessions, and most of them have been just like that. A limping Jared Brennan, who can't pull his pants up. Is that what you said, Wolsey? He was too tired?
He was too tired to pull his strides up, but he's had a chance to recover. And have a look at the evasive skills, silky skills, bullet-like pass of a champion of the game. One of the most decorated players in football is Simon Black.
The clever little fake, wasn't it? Nigel Lappin running now that outside. He went back on his left foot. And a beautiful pass.
Of course, he made his debut against the Pies. Only his third time he's played. But that was a few years ago now. Jared Brennan has been in the wilderness, but he is back.
For us young Turks, Rob, but Simon Black, who would you compare him to a player of the 60s or 70s?
Ian Stewart, left footer, and just swings around on that left boot. Probably a better handballer than Ian Stewart. Ian Stewart was much better over his head. A very good mark.
Now, boys, the scoreboard's undoubtedly got Collingwood under pressure, but I think it's really smart work from the fitness and coaching staff at Collingwood. I mean, looking at Mercurio out there, he had very high-intensity speed in that first quarter, and they've left him off until about 14 minutes to go. And he's out there, about 12 minutes will clear all the lactate that he's got there. It's going to be interesting to see how he fires over the last part of the quarter.
Thanks to John Quinn, the fitness expert at Essendon, joining us on the telecast tonight to explain the GPS system. As Brisbane's leads back out to 36 points after the 4th goal of the night to Jared Brennan. Fraser, nice tap. O'Brien couldn't get boot to ball.
Jared Brennan is that hot. He's now got his 4th opponent. Goldsack has been moved onto him.
Fraser again gets a touch on the ball. It's inside Collingwood's attacking 50. Selwood gets bowled over cleverly by Davis. Rocker to Loney. Squares it up. Not a bad kick. Just getting in there in the nick of time was Rowe with the spoil. And it's a rush behind to the Magpies.
That's terrific play, isn't it? Because Cloak beat his direct opponent and Rowe came across to help out. Rowe's calling for the huddle, saying to his teammates, get in the huddle down the middle and then break, and I'll see if I can hit one of you.
He's learned his lesson, Rowe, because remember last year he tried to do that without kicking to himself.
It's actually pretty good composure, really, from Jason Rowe. He had nothing on, so better than to turn it over and give away a goal. He's looking for his teammates to run and spread hard here.
It winds the pressure up a bit, though, doesn't it, for the next kick? And he's able to find Stiller. And now, Beckley. The Irishman can go. Brennan working pretty hard across half forward. Goldsack with him. Wakeman playing in front of Mills. Mills able to get just a bit of a jumper and gave Wakeman a bit of a shot to go on with. But Thomas and Goldsack now, we know he can run. Bolts to the wing, ungainly looking kick. And it's comfortably gobbled up there by Rowe. Black a rare mistake, but momentum certainly with the Lions. Riscatelli through the middle. Again, deciding to go by hand. Adcock also wanted to move it by hand. Lappin, high ball to the square. Can Brown get there? No problems. Kicked all his goals from set shots, well, not necessarily set shots, but after marks last week. All 10 came after marks, a few were play-ons.
Spoken so much about Brisbane through the corridor. It's just been their absolute method of going forward. They kept cutting back through the corridor. Just set up so many opportunities for their forwards. It's great play.
That's it there. 20 gone.
So, Jonathan Brown. He kicked 8-10, so they haven't been right on line. Oh.
Hit the stick.
Very hard.
Thanks, Rob.
Rex. So he's off target tonight. Jonathan Brown, 1 goal, 2. Sure much to the relief of all the Collingwood supporters watching around the country. Because they're in a spot of bother at the moment. They're down by 35 all. McGrath almost intercepted, but he got it in the end. Sweeping handball was a beauty to Lappin. Now, he usually uses it well, and this is no exception.
What a beautiful kick. Just held on to it. Waited. Saw the movement by Brown, put it in his path.
A great understanding this was, wasn't it, from between Brown and Lappin. Brown was initially heading back, and Lappin knew to wait for him to come forward, and no defender can beat that. It's just too good a pass.
Could have easily been in Collingwood colours, Jonathan Brown, but he chose loyalty over dollars. Not that he's been badly paid up north.
Yes, good call.
It's a goal anyway.
It's a goal, boys. It's a goal. Good call, boys.
So 2 to Brown. Didn't need the 50-metre penalty to kick the goal, and Brisbane's lead is back out to 41, which is the highest it's been in this contest so far. Beautiful handball from McGrath. And Lappin, as he usually does,
just pulled it, didn't it? Lovely. 2-goal quarter to each team. It looked like Collingwood were going to get out there and force a challenge, but the Lions have come back.
This is stunning stuff for the Brisbane Lions. They are playing outstanding footy, Luke Darcy.
Yeah, it's been just incredibly impressive. Their whole game from the start to right now, they've been on top all across the ground.
Here's Leuenberger. His second efforts are fantastic. Didn't get the ball that time, but when he's in the ruck, he's not out of it. Riscatelli, power. Not smothered, but was there for another effort. Here is Leuenberger. Just couldn't get his mitts on it. And Johnson able to pounce. And here's Lacuria. Advantage? No. Collingwood fans not too happy with that call from umpire Rosebery. One of our instruments, our GPS instrument, will be able to tell whether someone's faking for a free kick or not if they don't get the GPS impact. That might be the way the AFL can... No, I don't think so. Here's Lucuria. He had to split 4 lines to try and find Clark, and he couldn't do it. And again, Notting, great energy about him. For Brown. Brennan is bolting to the square. He's got the athleticism. Can he hang on? He can!
Oh, how good's that, Quarters?
Amazing.
It is amazing for a couple of reasons. The kick by Brown, dare I say it, was centimetre perfect. The run by Brennan was flat out to the right space, and then he was clever enough and skillful enough to take the mark.
How about the space inside 50 for Brisbane, though, Wolves? I mean, when you're running in, he had the whole 50 to himself then, Jared Brennan. It was a great kick, but you love that as a forward to have that much space.
4 goals, 2 for the half.
What's his record, Hutto, for a game, do you know?
We kicked 4-3 a few weeks ago, and he's put through his 5th. Jared Brennan, this is an extraordinary first half. Collingwood fans would remember him from 2003 when he made his debut back in round 4. Had 14 possessions that night, but it was some of the things he did that got everyone excited. I think Levan Lee let the guard down, said it was the best debut he'd ever seen, and we thought it was going to be the start of an amazing career. Well, it might be. Who knows?
Yeah, the talent's been there, hasn't it? Every time you've seen him play, you've seen glimpses of this magical talent, and just starting to put it together now. His kicking looks so much better. He's kicking straight. He's moving really well. He's onto his 4th opponent. Just adds so much to the Brisbane forward line.
Well, a career best 5 goals for Jared Brennan. His previous best was 4, and just a month ago, Brennan was playing for his football career at Brisbane. All of a sudden, he is back in town in a big ways. The Brisbane Lions go forward again. This time Collingwood will repel. And it's Goldsack who rather laconically kicks to Lockyer, but it's good enough. And Collingwood out of danger. 47 points in arrears are the Magpies. Burns to the 50. And Patfield is happy to see it over the line. Is it over the line? Yes, it is.
Wondering how Collingwood can get back into the game, Quarters, and you're just looking at the clearances. The overall clearances are 15-7 in favour of Brisbane. They've got to start getting their hands on the ball. Starting right now, they need to win some of these stoppages.
Travis Cloak hasn't touched the footy this quarter.
Yep, about 35 minutes to be precise. As the Pies go forward, Maxwell. Slick hands, but couldn't hit O'Brien on the chest. He's run down by McGrath, and then tackled also by Rowe.
No chance.
There'll be a lot of other coaches watching tonight with interest about what Brisbane are doing to Collingwood.
Pace, I reckon, is the main thing. Pace and an open forward line. Winning the clearances at the stoppages.
Leuenberger and Richardson, it's over again.
Whilst all this has happened, the ball's been in Collingwood's forward line. Brisbane players have just streamed down there. There are only 3 Brisbane players not in that defensive arc of theirs.
Still watching Paul Lucuria, keeping an eye on his heart rate. Got it up near the 200 before, which is very high. Notting, not 15. Adjust to the situation. There's Joel McDonald now. Powell's got issues here. Umpire said he didn't have time and he made enough effort. Notting. Sometimes the ball just won't obey. Burns crashed into the back. And it's going to come back to Scotty Burns for a free kick.
No advantage.
Well, they put the numbers back there. Brisbane made it really hard for the Magpies. Oh, look at Didac. Didac's just put Adcock down. Adcock should win an award for acting.
You are. You're right. John, where you are?
Scotty Burns, just 5 possessions tonight. Cloak, look at both there. Lucuria. McDonald. Patfield, careful over Cloak, had to be, not give away the free. Lucuria absorbing plenty of the Brisbane defensive effort. McDonald, O'Brien. And the umpire again decides to stay neutral.
Interesting to have a look at Paul Lucuria's heart rate if we could get it up now. He's just been in about 4 contests there and could not have worked any harder at 193. That's nearly his max.
Rocket and Maxwell. And that's going nowhere.
I guess the key, Das, is to be able to maintain and be able to put this intensity in your heart rate as the whole game goes. And that's what Lucuria can do.
And also how quickly you recover from those efforts, how quickly it comes back down.
Do you know what your maximum heart rate is, Luke?
It's about 190.
Quick snap by Loney. Only a point.
What's yours, Walden?
It's about 80.
Here's Hooper.
Some people think I'm exaggerating.
He's had 10 possessions, Ryan Hooper, and that is doesn't sound like an enormous amount, but that is the 4th highest for the Lions, and he's not a man who gets enormous amount of the footy, but just we know what an amount of ability he's got. What a bonus it would be for the Lions that he could become a 15-possession player and still sneak through a few goals and apply all the tackling pressure that he does, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he kicked 4 last week and been just so impressed with their defensive pressure. Hooper's so good at it. Copeland's been good at it. Mills has been good at it tonight. They have just taken that level of their game right through the roof, Brisbane, and it's why they've got this massive margin.
And as we mentioned at the top of the show, if they win tonight, they're in the finals mix. Cloak just got the nice nudge on Merritt, but wasn't able to go on with it. Merritt, he's a hard man to budge.
Good happening off the ball with Alan Didak too. And Adcock.
They've been at each other for the entire second quarter. And Adcock would be pretty happy that he's frustrating the Magpie forward because Didak just struggling at the moment.
Power to Adcock. Back to Power. Looks for Brown. Oh, strong hands. Here's back to his brilliant best, Jonathan Brown. After a couple of seasons, pretty much wrecked by injury. And Brennan, well, surely not his 6th before half-time. Well, it's going to favour his left side.
Have a look at the way he kicks it. When he makes contact with the ball, he becomes airborne. Both legs high off the ground. He really launches everything into it. It's a most unusual kicking action, but gee, it's been effective tonight.
Well, he's done the Quinton Lynch. He's taken the glove off and thrown it on the ground. This for goal number 6 for Jared Brennan. It's hit the posts. 2 posters this quarter to Brisbane. He's got 5 goals, 3.
What did he hit, Woolsey?
He hit the stick.
Scott Pendlebury, we're going to get some follow-up from Christie on this in a moment. He's only played 5 minutes in this game so far, so the Magpies are effectively a man down as the Lions have been since Drummond went off. There's Drummond trying to do his best to get back out there.
Brisbane really wrapped with the way they forced Collingwood to go down the line continuously. You can see Loney now trying to get back in board, but all night tonight.
50 now. Should be 50, but the umpire won't pay it.
Wow.
This is better. Changing direction for Collingwood.
Swan, cross the ground. O'Brien. Not much movement ahead, is there, for him? He's sure if he wanted to roll the dice and swing it to the other side of the ground.
Anthony Rocker is off. Fraser's now at full forward.
Richards.
Look, Brisbane getting numbers back.
Yeah.
That's why Collingwood are hesitating.
2 in front of Fraser and Cloak. Let's see if they can go against the odds. Merritt, that was climbing high with the fist to try and kill the contest. Copeland. Just a bit of a fumble from Troy Selwood. Allows the Magpies in, perhaps. Leon Davis been in super form, but not tonight so much, even though he's...
Another statistic dominated by Brisbane so far tonight, Anthony. Tackles 30 to 17.
Gee, that is.
They make it now 31 to 17.
A good indication of their impact tonight. This is Burns. And Sharman again. Black locked up, so Power got it moving. Nodding. This is Adcock. Adventure through the middle of the ground. Good protection provided by McGrath. Brennan. Let's see if he can get involved. See if he can get his 6th.
He's gone.
No, he's given away the free. They said the handball was okay.
Yeah, Harry O'Brien sent back onto Brennan. That's who he started on. So he's had 5 opponents, Jared Brennan.
Nice move by Goldsack. It was well done as he hits O'Brien on the chest. Off to Burns. Kicks towards Fraser. He's up against the best spoiler in the competition. Merritt. Oh, he dived on top of it. Look out. Is he going to be penalised? No, it's over the line for a throw-in. He's had 25 more spoils than any other player in the competition. Daniel Merritt.
Been good for him to be settled at full back quarters.
From the throw-in, Begley just managed to get boot to ball. It's tough inside Collingwood's attacking 50 at the moment. That's a good handball. McDonald shrugs the tackle to McGrath. Nothing to kick to. Now he finds Black. And that's a shank. First one for the night. We're allowing that, but Brown still gets the footy. Good tackle on Riscatelli by Maxwell. It was a ripper. It was a goal-saving tackle. Maxwell wants the free kick.
Just another inside 50 set up from looking at the tackle on Riscatelli, which might have been a bit stiff. It might have been a free kick, but just their clearance work, Brisbane, has just been so good tonight. Here's another example. Simon Black has just absolutely smashed them tonight around the clearances.
And so is this man, Jamie Charman. And this, as we near half-time, could make it 53 points.
Simon Black, 19 disposals, several opponents, burns his opponent at the moment, is just dynamite.
And 7 clearances too, Rob.
Yeah, he's just dynamite around the stoppages. He just reads it off the hands better than anyone on the ground.
7-4 this season for Charman. And Brisbane lead by 53. That's his second goal for the night. Second goal straight. And he has been the dominant force in the ruck. Set up by Black. And we're all a bit shell-shocked. I don't know about Collingwood, but the rest of us are shell-shocked too, Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been a dominating performance. And looking at Simon Black's 7 clearances, trying to find out what the world record is, because he's on pace, I think.
Second goal for the evening for Jamie Charman. Brisbane lead by 53 points into the last minute of the first half. Richards gets the tap. But again, Brisbane in numbers. Lappin doesn't panic. Measures the kick superbly. And finds Stiller. It has been all Brisbane as the kick finds Brown from Riscatelli. It was superb. And this will test Brown, but he saw him nail a few last week from this distance.
Yes, and he's gone back a long way again. I just love that Brisbane forward line setup. They cluster to make space, and after that, they're just always on the move. They make it really hard for the Collingwood defence to get an idea where their opponent is. There's just continual motion in that forward 50, and the players surging forward. They just don't rush it. They just wait and put it out in front into space.
Brown's got 2. This to make it 59 points. It's a thumping kick, but it's going to miss to the right. 2 goals, 3 to Jonathan Brown, and a magnificent first half of football from the Brisbane Lions. Collingwood fans are shell-shocked. Brisbane leads the hot favourites Collingwood by 54 points at half-time.
13 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. Now at Harvey Norman. Get on the ball and catch this incredible offer in-store now. Monthly repayments and 30 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. We've got it all ready to roll. A huge range of big screen home entertainment and household appliances, computers, home office and mobile technology, furniture, bedding and bedroom furniture. Plus 30 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. But hurry, limited time only. Go Harvey Norman.
Where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Where have you been, my darling, you're the one? I stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I walked and I crawled on 6 crooked highways. I stepped in the middle of 7 dark forests. I've been in front of a dozen blue oceans.
Introducing the all-new Triton VR. Better at getting the hard jobs done.
Mount Everest is the highest mountain on Earth, and the most deadly. Over 80% of people who attempt to climb Everest fail. Over 200 people have died trying. That is why it is so remarkable that Eric Weinmayer climbed Everest, because Eric is blind. At Challenger, we have the same kind of dedication to investing. Challenger. Investments, mortgages, possibilities.
You could choose any number of places for your ski holiday. But why would you?
life can't wait. But your TV can.
Hey babe, got your message. I'll pick you up. See you soon.
Got a girlfriend, she's so true, and no other kind of girl will do. But she'll always be good to me, always be good to me, always be good to me.
With Australia's first 5-year warranty with unlimited kilometres, there's no stopping the all-new Hyundai Elantra.
Football is defined by many memorable performances.
The penalty, great tackle.
Acts of incredible determination and resolve.
Griffin on Gardner wins the football.
This year, players who demonstrate outstanding courage, initiative and teamwork will be recognised by the 2007 AFL Army Award. Vote for the player you think went beyond the call at afl.com.au. The Army. Challenge yourself.
So we start the third quarter. The Lions in front by 9 goals. Brown did knock it out under umpire instructions. Power against Thomas. Little soccer off the ground by Thomas. And it's about 65 out from the Lions goal at the punt road end. Leading possession getters Black 20, Adcock 14 for Brisbane. For Collingwood 15 to Loney, 13 to Johnson.
Holding, Fraser. No, Fraser.
Amazing what a change of direction of an arm can do for someone's general mood and well-being. Jamie Charman providing the entertainment for us there. Swan. And now Wakeland gets the wave on from his teammate. And Cloak. No hands in the back. Pat Fort. Don't know what he was trying. He was trying to go out of bounds. And he's achieved his aim. He actually had Lappin loose.
He's done a great job, Joel Patfull, in the first half. He's kept Travis Cloak to just 3 possessions, and he has been in red-hot form, Travis Cloak, so that's a big win for Brisbane.
And that was the query, wasn't it, whether they'd have a second defender to hold up against these 2 big tall men for the Magpies up forward. Black riding on top of Josh Fraser that time.
We'll see Simon Black, who just dominated in that first half. O'Brien is his opponent at the moment. That's who he started on in the first quarter.
So we're watching Nick Maxwell's heart rate. He's currently playing inside the forward 50, back towards the goal square. So we might see it move in a moment as Johnson sends him in the Cloak direction. And that time Patford didn't get the timing right. Cloak almost didn't know he'd marked it. Here's Maxwell.
Well, John Quinn's going to get his wish. Heart rate when someone shoots for goal. You're watching, John.
I wouldn't miss this.
All right, Nick Maxwell. So the heart just pounding a little bit more now as he goes back to have a shot for goal. And a bit more. 4 goals, 5 for the year. And he squeezed it through. So the heart rate does go up when you've got a crucial set shot for goal, Luke Darcy.
Yeah, it does, and it would have gone a bit more if it had hit the post too, I think. But yeah, it was. There's no doubt that extra bit of pressure, and you can feel it as a player. The adrenaline goes through the body. Even a set shot 20 or 30 metres out directly in front, that's probably worse because you're expected to kick it. But he was good enough to go back and do it.
Well, Mick Malthouse has started him deep. He's right in front of the goal umpire. Rocker just in front of Maxwell. But this is where the Pies have to start to win some clearances. Simon Black just been outstanding.
Jarman first hand on it again. Knocked forward by Clark for Collingwood. Adcock for Brisbane. Head over the footy. Clever tackle from Clark. Yep. And then this time Fraser got first tap, but it was sharp beautifully by McDonald. He kicks it out into space. The race is on Thomas against Hooper. Coming into the picture is Mills. Thomas looked for Wakeland. Wanted a free kick.
That's the Brisbane forward line. You can see Brennan's pushing out, but they stay together, the Brisbane forwards, and they have taken that many marks in their forward 50 as they break and lead into space. There they go, backing back.
At the back of the pack, it's the Lions with the numbers. Power.
Holding, bring it back.
It's a free kick coming back. It's going Brisbane's way to Adcock.
Took him down off the ball. Play on.
Well, there's O'Brien ran into the umpire, nothing in that. Stiller kicks to the hot spot. From the side was Brown. Swooping his hooper. Didn't go the soccer off the ground. Might have been the better option, but it's always easier up here. And we'll have a throw in.
Did you hear O'Brien there? He was saying push down to his mates.
Screaming his mates to get back and fill some of that space. It's just been such an open forward line all night.
So they're aware of it. Charman has given away the free again.
Have a look. Yeah, the funny part is they never ever look, Wolsey, no matter how many times you say it.
Swan around the line for Didac.
What's he like, Luke, Charman, as an opposing ruckman?
It's great to play him because he's just, every time you walk past him, he's going to give you a physical contest. He loves, if you take your eye off him, he's going to try and knock you over. I love the way he plays. He shows plenty of aggression and just always in the contest every time you play against him.
You're playing Brisbane again this year?
Hopefully in a final, Hunter, would be nice.
I was just checking to see whether your opinions were being influenced by what you had coming up. O'Brien for Johnson. Hooper tried to scare him out with a funny face there. Didn't quite work. Johnson sits it up to full forward. Maxwell again, and again Drummond just testing out the legs.
You don't think Luke will be playing on him next year? I don't.
Oh, it's just in the immediate future, Stephen. Writing him off. Some.
Another chance here for Collingwood. Boy, they need some goals and they need them fast. Rocker couldn't quite split open the pack. Black fed it out. Handball in the power direction now. Good pick up under pressure and a good handball to Notting. He threw it on the boot. Brown against Prestigiacomo. Brown, great tackle, Presti, but couldn't hang on. Now how about that for a 25-metre handball to Hooper, who broke the Thomas tackle. He's away. He goes short to Copeland, no mark. Hooper follows up. Hooper can kick a magnificent goal here. It's coming back. It's a ripper. Oh, it's one of the goals of the year. The first, a second, a third effort. That is magnificent football from Ryan Hooper.
Well, he just kept going, and his follow-up work. This is a terrific shrug off by Brown, and then the big handball to Hooper. Again, they look to bring it in the middle of the ground. Desperate effort by Thomas. The little fella keeps pushing up, outside 50. And on that left foot, he's able to bend it back.
You reckon Jamie Charman was, what was the word you used earlier, Wolsey?
Knackered. That reminded me of Ray Gavlik.
Bit of a different size.
Hutto doesn't know who Ray Gavlik was.
Don't make me laugh, Robert.
Run, Wolsey. It was in 1900, wasn't it? 54 points is the margin. O'Brien and Fraser, but it's Black. He's just showing them a clean pair of heels and hands all night out of the middle. O'Brien with McGrath to deal with. Clark slick stuff through the middle by hand, but Fraser back to goal, back to Thomas. And now he's sure. Trying to give them some offensive pressure at the moment. Man out of defence, but they are going nowhere fast, the Magpies. Thomas for O'Brien.
That Cox hurt coming off.
Try a different angle coming into attack. Rocker in front. And Selwood gets back. Handles the terrain eventually. And as well, his danger hasn't completely passed. Swan a chance to reload. Rocker, get out of the way, he says to Leon Davis. Leon didn't listen, and the ball went over the boundary line.
It was like a right arm injury sustained in the centre bounce.
That's a big blow for them.
There's been a good touch tonight, Adcock. Had 17 disposals.
Gee, Brisbane have got the numbers back here. It's just clogged up Collingwood's forward line.
Another great tap by Charman. McGrath gets dispossessed. O'Brien has the footy.
It's just hard to know what Mick Malthouse can do here. The intensity by Brisbane is so strong.
Would you give someone like Rocker a run in the ruck, or
love to see Scott Burns around the ball a bit more, caught, as he's nearly one of the better clearance players in the competition, and just haven't seen him win too many tonight.
Well, Burns is on the interchange, Luke, and he absolutely needs to be out there. That's his area of expertise.
Rocker almost a one-hander. Maxwell got it out to Loney. That's holding the ball. No. Picked up by Clark, who goes straight for home. Only gets a point. Brisbane by 53. Here's the Adcock injury. Didn't look much. Should have been one of those dead arms, they call it, don't they? Just struggled for 5 minutes or so.
We might be able to check the G-force of it later. Kick in from Drummond. He's all right to Stiller. What are you looking for?
No, there's a line there, but I'm not touching it, Hutto.
Yours, mate.
Out to the wing. And Notting takes the mark.
Are you with me?
Yes. No. Black over the top. Lucuria back for Loney. Didak crashing Drummond. And again, no free. And the frustration continues for the Magpie fans because the Lions are playing all over the top of them. Padfoot drifting forward. Got a call from Charman and Brown, who are both deep. The third man to come, Robbie Copeland. But it's Brown who's able to shake his man. Like a jack in a box at the back of all that was Brennan, whose timing has been impeccable all night.
Well, terrific tackling. Terrific tackling, not to give away a free kick there and just jump into the back of an opponent. Their skills have been good. They have outrun Collingwood. They have just been too fleet of foot.
Here's another look at this kicking style, the languid style of Jared Brennan. Almost a double-handed ball drop, and that one not quite on line. So 5-4. He's had 10 disposals tonight, 10 kicks, 8 marks, 5 goals, 4. He stayed pretty close to home.
So the Lions by 54, which was the lead at half times. Johnson pumps it long to the wing. One-on-one contest. Shaw hasn't got many mates in support though. Burns was one. Good contest with Lappin. Somehow spills to Loney, who chips, looks for Cloak. Patfull's done a wonderful job on him. And they had a throw in. Patfull will be more than happy with that result.
Doesn't Collingwood need to at least kick 3 goals or get 3 goals back to give themselves some hope in the last quarter? It's a long way back. Probably need to score one in the next couple of minutes and maybe put 3 unanswered ones on the board and give their supporters some sort of hope.
Riscatelli. Cloak tries to knock it forward. Loney's there, has the ball pinned to his chest.
Just look at the numbers around the ball. Brisbane just repeatedly get numbers back in their defensive half. I really admire Lee Matthews, what he's done with this young Brisbane team over the last couple of years. Now, half of the players out there are unknown, but he's just given youth every opportunity and encouraged them to run, move the ball quickly, handball, be direct, and if you take your eyes off the ball, you won't stay out on the ground.
Black didn't get the free, but Brisbane get possession. McDonald to Mills, back to McDonald. McDonald does the unselfish thing, look for Brown, couldn't find him on the full. Brown will keep the ball alive. Copeland against O'Brien, and it's a good mark under a lot of pressure taken by O'Brien. He's off. He has a couple of bounces, and this is good because he's backing himself. And this is exactly what Collingwood need. His kick finds Didak. There's a few Collingwood players peel off. One of them's Rocker. Can't take the mark. Good spoil by Merritt at the death. Picked up again by Shaw. Back to Rocker. Now Swan. Loney. Left foot snap to the goal square. Cloak's there, no mark. Front and centre. No players there. Lucuria finally gets there. Gives it to Davis. Davis concedes some ground. Back to Swan. Swan has a snap. And this is
a lot of work for a point, wasn't it?
Just the pressure that Brisbane have put on all night has just been incredible. It's just such hard work every time Collingwood go forward. They've got so many numbers up against them and it's hard for them to score. And down the other end, the space for Brisbane has just been enormous all night.
Drummond measuring the kick and finds Leuenberger wearing Justin Leppich's old number.
Well, have a good look at him, folks, because he will be a star in the next decade.
Power.
And another ruckman, Luke. Isn't it beautiful?
Great to see, Wolsey.
This is Lappin. Been very good, but just not as influential as he has over the last month or so for the Lions. His 12th possession. placed for Brennan, who knew that Goldsack was there with him, and he was trying to get up with some tricks. I'm not sure what he had in mind, but who cares? It's great to watch. I don't reckon he knows what he's doing.
Adcock back on, had the arm bandage. She's ready to go.
Well, that is a big boost for the Lions.
Let's have a look at Leuenberger.
He's going against Richards, and he's shoving him out of the way. Richards takes the honours, and Black shows them how to do it. Brennan! He's uncontrollably in control. He's kicked 6. I'm not sure if that makes sense.
No, it does. This clearance again from Simon Black, that's clearance number 10, and just sets up your forwards. Jeez. The world record is 18 for Sam Mitchell in 2003 against Collingwood.
Yeah.
And he's on track to maybe knock that off tonight.
Well, it's not just win and loss about this match now. Here's our live ladder. You can't show 1 and 2, but we can show, well, we're not showing 1 and 2. This is positions 3 through to 10. Look at Collingwood in 6th place, and that huge stack. Now, percentage has been shot tonight, dropped already, and Brisbane, of course, percentage doesn't matter so much to them, but they are right in touch with everyone at the moment. Percentage for the Pies could be vital come the end of the year in terms of who they play, presuming they make the 8.
That's such as the logjam, isn't it? I mean, anything's possible the last 6 weeks. Collingwood got a great draw, though, so...
His body positioning, Leuenberger, for a young player has been really good. He gets himself in front. He's obviously going to fill out and become really strong over the next few years, but his technique at such a young age is really good to see.
And a great kick. He's only 19, Leuenberger, and that is a fantastic kick.
From East Perth Football Club.
Taken pick 4 in last year's national draft.
Where the great Ron Alexander came from.
He was useful. More than useful.
He thought he was great.
Oh, shit, he is a rat.
Oh, he's a mate of mine, I can say that.
Oh, can you? That's all right. He used to have those elbows, didn't he, flaying around and...
Captain of Fitzroy, first coach of West Coast Eagles.
He was too, as Lappin lines up to make it a 10-goal plus game. It's an interesting kick. There's a free kick to O'Brien. So he plays on and he chips short. And he finds Loney, who's getting plenty of it. That's number 21 to Wakeland, who's forced to U-turn. And kick to the other back pocket and find Didak. Tense touch for Didak. He goes short to Thomas. And Lockyer, who has been, by his standards, very quiet tonight. Target Lockyer. This is just his 7th touch, averaging 23 a game this year. So he's been well tagged out of the match.
And they've just had to creep the ball along the boundary line, the Magpies. This is about the 4th little chip pass that they've got near the boundary line. Brisbane have got players again back in the defensive 50.
Shaw looks for Loney, but he telegraphed that pass and Notting nonchalantly handballs over the top to Riscatelli, and Brisbane are away. Straight down the middle they go again. Notting for Leuenberger. Leuenberger almost a one-hander. O'Brien against Brennan. No free kick. Dangerous scene here for the Magpies. Oh, Brennan set it out. It's a throw, says the umpire.
50 metres.
It was a throw. Oh, the Collingwood fans who are just hanging on by the skin of their teeth in this match will breathe a huge sigh of relief. And that's an excellent decision from the umpire, who was in absolutely perfect position, Michael Vozzo, and a top decision. And it saved Collingwood 6 points.
Yes, there might have been a few on their way out the door, I think, Magpie fans. Johnson for Henshaw, bustling through half forward, digging deep, but McDonald's in the 8 position. Didak try to invent a mark there. Where are they going to find a goal from, Luke? They've kicked 4 goals, 10 tonight.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, you're probably right with that last goal from Lappin. That might have been shut the gate. They just need to get one from someone. Didak from there, I'd love to see him push up in the midfield and maybe run forward and kick a goal. Rocker's being well held by Merritt. Here's a chance now.
Begley, though, had time to recover and find Hooper through the middle. Possession 14 for the Hooper man.
Look at the wave of Brisbane runners.
Here he goes again. for Adcock. He's still running, Hooper. Might come back to him. It does. His third involvement in that passage of play. I think he's out of it now.
Just a wave of runners.
And Rose turn to kick another goal.
Impressive stuff.
They're lining up.
This is as good as performance I've seen from any team this year.
Well, they've just been red hot, haven't they? And they're all on the same page. They run, they're prepared to share it, they're direct. They've got space in their forward line.
Really interesting there having a look at Notting. You know, his distance up to 7.6k, but he's really starting to up the sprint areas up to 1.6. A very impressive effort.
I think that was 0.7 at half time, so he's doubled his sprint effort in the first half in this early in the third quarter.
Yep, so he's sprinted virtually a kilometre in his third term, has Tim Notting. As Brisbane again forced their way forward. Hooper, who's been outstanding tonight. Mills dispossessed. Lockyer, nowhere to go. Out on the full. It is Brisbane by 64 points. Who would have thought? As Notting again sold the dummy. Now kicks to the hot spot. Looks for Leuenberger. Couldn't take the mark. Copeland fell over at the crucial moment, but did get the handball out to Adcock, who snaps towards goal. And it's another one for the Lions. It's raining goals for Brisbane. Beautiful handball from Copeland, who did well on the at ground level. And Jed Adcock, who's also had a wonderful night. It's all happening for Brisbane.
Tim Notting's going to wear a GPS thing every week, I reckon, the way he's played since quarter time.
He has played the house down, Hutto, and so's Jed Adcock. We had the heart rate monitor on him, the first player we looked at. Been really impressive to watch him up close. He's got great players in Lappin and Black around him, but he's been great.
Really interesting there having a look at Copeland. Again, 7.5, but look at the sprint. He's up at 1.5. So it's not just about one player doing the work out there. They're all running hard.
Well, looking down as we are here, you can just see that because it's just a wave of maroon going forward. And Collingwood, they are being shown up with this quick running team.
Carlton's performance last week not looking quite so bad after Brisbane's effort here tonight.
And you raised a good point, Hunter, when we looked at that live ladder. I mean, percentage is going to play a big role for Collingwood come round 22, and this is going to hurt them quite a bit.
It was 117 last week, wasn't it? Carlton got beaten by. And it's 70 right now. 15-14, 104 to 14-34.
70 points behind. Collingwood's biggest defeat this year is just 33 points. That's been one of their strengths. The games that they've lost, 33 points, 20 points, 12 points. So this is an absolute rude shock to the Collingwood players, the Collingwood faithful. They haven't been smashed like this all year.
Riscatelli was on for quite a while there. And the danger wasn't covered. McGrath finds a way through. Just couldn't get the ball to sit for him. Eventually, Adcock with a very quick handball. Lappin able to shake it clear. McGrath got around a few that weren't there. And in the end, he just couldn't quite work out where to be. And the Magpies defence able to clear. But this has been hard work for them all night, finding a clear and quick, clean passage out of defence. And it's still an issue for them. Lockyer, who's been in super form this year, but tonight has only had 10 possessions. Thomas trying to dig deep. We know he's that sort of player that can lift his teammates. He cops a bit. O'Brien sets it up. Notting's coming late. They're doing the hard things as well as the pretty things, the Lions.
That's it. We've seen that before, haven't we? Anthony Rocker's beaten his opponent, or Travis Cloak has beaten his direct opponent, ready to take the mark, and a Brisbane fist comes from the side. Selfless, playing for each other, and again they just crowd the Collingwood forward line at this stoppage.
Thomas copped a nice hip and shoulder from Sharman too. Really rattled him. Johnson to Burns. Left foot snap is offline. (15-14 to 4-11). Double their scoring shots. 69 points the margin. As Stiller coughs it up. Mark taken by Shaw. It goes to O'Brien. A few of the Pies players just not running hard tonight. As it kicks to the top of the goal square. The two big fellas are there for Collingwood, but they couldn't take the mark. Hatfield had a great night. To power, run down. Just got rid of the footy in time. And as they have all night, they've supported in numbers Brisbane as Merritt finds Patford. And they're doing as they please. Sweeping handball at Begley. Kick to half-forward Brennan, who's kicked 6 goals. And it'll be offered up as trade bait at the end of the year now. Not with magic like that. Has the ball on a string as he puts it inside 50, and that is a very courageous mark. Not paid. Not paid to Shaw. And Brisbane get another one from McGrath, or has he shaved the post? He shaved the post.
Super effort, Heath Shaw.
Oh, it was very brave, wasn't it?
Wonderful courage. Wouldn't expect any less from him.
Good contest by Lundberger as well to come the other way and create this ball.
Did well not to give away the free, which was potentially on there. Again, the Lions have the numbers here at the contest, and they'll win out again. Rowe, almost a touch of arrogance there. Wasn't a great kick as it turned out. Goldsack.
Sharman's hurt his shoulder.
Oh, that is a massive blow. Lucurio, did he play on? No, he's allowed to get away with it. O'Brien tailored the kick for Cloak. We know how quiet he's been, and has not been his night. Begley with the heroics that time.
Charman called to the physio, just indicated, I've given the shoulder a bit of a jolt here. He is as tough as they come.
We've seen him in other games this year, haven't we? Just take him off, they dust him down and send him back out there again.
He's got a beauty cell on, hasn't he?
Let him run, Sal.
Yes. Up in Brisbane?
Sort of.
Believe you've been there, Rob. Swan. It's the ball forward.
Tell you what, you need a lot of wax. With balls he visited.
This is Stiller. This is Riscatelli. And now McDonald. Well, I expect Travis Cloak, Wolsey at the moment. I mean, we'll concentrate on the play because the Magpies are going forward.
16-5 with the marks inside 50 in favour of Brisbane.
Johnson, low ball, Burns. Now, Thomas is there, just inside the 50. Going to go back and have a shot.
Travis Cloak, just the 4 disposals, Hutto.
Averages 14 this year.
Yeah, 2 marks, that's all he's got. Look, he's having an off night. I think the young bloke's been fantastic this year. Maybe a run in the ruck would help him, just to get away from his opponent, Patful.
Thomas put his whole body into the kick to make the distance. Is it more about Travis Cloak or more about the way that Brisbane have been able to defend the area?
Oh, I think Brisbane have been great getting numbers back. It's very hard for him to find any space to lead into.
That hit on Jamie Charman, by the way, was a G-force of 9. Can you explain that one, John Quinn?
Well, it's certainly up there. It's a big hit, and we'll look at his overall at the end of the game. It's going to be an interesting tally.
Adcock looks towards Brown over his head, into the pocket. Here's Charman again, another collision coming up. Not a heavy one, though. Brown kept it alive, into the pocket. Hooper! Well, it's getting embarrassing for Collingwood now. Brisbane by 75, but let's not take anything away from the Lions. It has just been a superb performance tonight. There it is, Brown.
He's good, Jonathan Brown.
Balling it out. There's 3 Brisbane players lining up there for the goal. And Hooper's kicked his second.
You can see that Maxwell's sprint distance is down, and his overall distance is down as well. You know, it'd be interesting to have a look at their possessions. It's very hard to be playing a defence game, but all down on that side of the ledger.
Maxwell 8 touches tonight.
75 points the margin. Hooper with that last goal. I reckon he's going to be a real crowd favourite for the Lions fans at the Gabba. Was there hands? No, there wasn't. He was hoping to get on the end of that one again. This is Goldsack sharing it with Lockyer. Goes for Cloak. Patful just a step behind. That's more like it for Travis Cloak. Fraser working on the 50. Maxwell does provide the target. Drummond's there. And Maxwell drags it down. Rocker in the square on Merritt. Rocker says put it on top of the head down there. That's what he does. And now Rocker might step it through. Well done. Nick Maxwell. Two goals for Maxwell, and well done for Travis Cloak for his part in the build-up.
Wouldn't have believed coming here tonight that nearly 30 or 40 seconds before the end of three-quarter time, Collingwood would only have kicked 5 goals, and a goal here from Nick Maxwell, but they've just been so hard to come by. You haven't seen any clear options or clear, fluent play for Collingwood all night.
John, which players in what positions received the most hits? Can you measure the G-force hits? Is it ruckman? Is it midfielders?
Yeah, Rob, it's your ruckmen are really copying it. Also, your full forwards are usually under a lot of scrutiny, but your midfielders get a lot of constant impact. So you've got to keep an eye on them.
Maxwell's second goal for the quarter.
You saw the shot of Scott Pendlebury there too, and with the tracksuit on earlier on. They've missed him tonight, so they've been one down for all bar 5 minutes.
And that goal of Maxwell was at 26 minutes in between those two goals. So a long time between drinks for Collingwood as Brisbane have it back inside their attacking 50. Maxwell all of a sudden down in defence, so he's running hard there as he got it to Lockyer. McDonald will get there first for Brisbane against Didak. McDonald importantly kept his feet, but couldn't quite keep it alive.
Yeah, John Quinn was talking before about who gets the most impact. Well, young Leuenberg has just learned a bit about impact, and you'll learn from that. I mean, it's great to see a great jump from Josh Fraser, but he's just got to learn to protect himself a little better in the centre bounce, and caught the nice one under the ribs. And I don't think we've got the G-force on that, but he's still sucking in the air at the moment, Leuenberg.
Well, it's the Lions by 69. They've increased their half-time lead by 15 points. There he is. Learned a valuable lesson, you reckon, Luke?
It's funny up here, isn't it? But it's not too much fun if you're Leuenberg at the moment. But he's a beauty. I mean, he's just got so much talent, and he'll learn from that. It's good experience for him, and he'll be back in the last quarter bigger and stronger than ever.
13 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. Now at Harvey Norman. Get on the ball and catch this incredible offer in-store now. Monthly repayments and 30 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. We've got it all ready to roll. A huge range of big screen home entertainment and household appliances, computers, home office and mobile technology, furniture, bedding and bedroom furniture. Plus 30 months, no deposit, no interest until January 2010. But hurry, limited time only. Go Harvey Norman.
Hi, Dad. Here's your dinner.
Thanks, Mum. I'll see you tomorrow. LG's kitchen range makes everything easy, so anyone can use it. LG. Life's good.
3 things, that's all I want you to remember. ING are experts in investment, superannuation and insurance. That's it. Investment, superannuation, insurance. I really don't know how anyone could forget. So riveting. But I beg you to remember, ask your advisor about ING. Otherwise they'll ask me to say all this stuff again and I'll lose the will to live. ING, investment, insurance and absolutely super.
Where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Where have you been, my darling, you're the one? I stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I walked and crawled on 6 crooked highways. I stepped in the middle of 7 dark forests. I've been in front of a dozen blue oceans.
Introducing the all-new Triton VR. Better at getting the hard jobs done.
Muggsy Bogues had a dream. He yearned to play in the toughest basketball league in the world, the NBA. There was only one problem. Muggsy was only 5'3". His friends laughed, but Muggsy believed. And amazingly, he went on to play 14 years in the NBA. At Challenger, we have the same attitude to investing. Challenger. Investments, mortgages, possibilities.
Excuse me.
I'm not happy. I'm sick.
Excuse me.
Stealing my budget. Don't mind them. That company down the road is stealing out.
Excuse me. Why don't we just sort this out on the treadmill?
Treadmill. The treadmill. The treadmill.
If you're looking for a great team building day and a way to raise money for the Murdoch Children's Research Institute, go to thelap.com.au and join the race to save children's lives today.
Next weekend, Fox Sports Superbikes Next Stop Brands Hatch. Get set to burn rubber when the competition moves to Great Britain. Will the Towering Terrier conquer the track? Lions, golf, the world's elite unite in search of their perfect swing at the Bridgestone Invitational. Only Fox Sports delivers every round live and exclusive, plus comprehensive highlights. And an action-packed NRL attack. 5 live games. See the light Monday night. The Storm visit the Shark Tank. Next weekend, Fox Sports.
And at three-quarter time, Brisbane leads by 69 points, 16-15 to 5 goals, 12. Brennan 6, Brown and Hooper a couple each. Maxwell, the only multiple goal scorer for the Pies. Black has been superb. He set the game up with 24 disposals and 10 clearances so far. As we look at a couple of the GPS statistics, and we're starting firstly with the distance. As we bring John Quinn back into the picture. John, this is the kilometres run so far by the players that we have monitored tonight.
Yeah, well, again, not surprising to see Lacuria up there with that distance and also running hard, but look at Notting there. You know, just that constant pressure that Brisbane were able to apply through their run. So, yeah, they're pretty impressive, and, you know, I think that this sort of information can only help us understand the game more.
And what about the speed, John?
Well, when you look at this here with the Brisbane Lions, there's, 5 of them up there in that top group, and they're literally just running Collingwood off their legs at the minute.
And you talk to Michael Voss, he tells you that Daniel Merritt is one of the quickest players over 10 metres in their team.
And those figures indicate that, don't they? The other thing that was interesting is the distance that Merritt has run at full back. It's far more than I would have thought.
So we start the final term. It's all Brisbane. They lead by 69 points as they battle to keep their September hopes alive. Collingwood will all of a sudden the top 2 spot. To be the last thing from their minds.
And Nathan Buckley, will he play again? That is the big question. Collingwood have got Rocker and Cloak out at half forward, going to them now.
Cloak, and not quite on the second bite. Selwood puts the head down and tries to break the tackle unsuccessfully. Cloak has another dip at it.
Good players, the Selwood brothers, aren't they, Adam, for West Coast, and obviously Troy here tonight, and the young brother from down at Geelong. They're pretty impressive family.
See, the young bloke at Geelong, he's a star already in his first year.
Agree. Oh, good mark by Maxwell. He's kicked a couple. Should have 3. He was the one that gave off the handball to Rocker, wasn't he, in the opening minute? Yeah, so he should have 3, but he's kicked a couple. Here's his heart rate as he's going to shoot for goal. So let's see.
Got up to about 169 last time, didn't
automatically gone from 147 to 161 as he shoots for goal. Right through the middle, Maxwell's got his 3rd as it hits 167. Nice piece of ruck work, beautiful piece of ruck work by Fraser to O'Brien. That's classic work from Collingwood, but we haven't seen a lot of it tonight. But that was their best passage of play for the evening.
John, looking at those figures, it surprised me that we've got defenders on the last line, like Merritt, running almost the same distances as midfielders.
Yes, Rob, when we first started getting this information, we were a bit surprised too that midfielders tend to run a little bit more. They run about 13.2. The defenders run about close to 12. The forwards run 12, and even our ruckmen are running about 11.5. But it's the speed of the midfielders that separates them.
Good explanation, Davis for sure, and here's our man, Maxwell, with a more difficult shot at goal under the heart rate goes higher, or it'd be interesting if it was a shot after the siren what the heart rate would be.
Yeah, I want to ask John Quinn if he can hear me down there as well. I know total distance the phys ed staff aren't that interested in, but what would be the world record at Essendon? Who's run the most distance in a game?
Oh, our man is Brent Stanton, and he gets up around that 18k mark. But we try to differentiate, just not dead running on the ground, but effective running.
Well, the heart rate went up to 175 that time for Nick Maxwell. I guess you had to put a bit more effort into it, Das.
He's kicked 4 goals in the second half, Hutto.
Yeah.
That's the only problem that Lee Matthews has got. Does he keep Josh Drummond on Nick Maxwell?
No.
He's made the move?
Yes.
He's made the move. Well, that's smart coaching, isn't it, Hutto? Rowe's gone down there. He's had a pretty easy night in the box, Lee.
You seem to be right on top of things, Wallsy. You sure you don't want to return to coaching? There's a few jobs up for grabs at the moment.
I reckon now, you've had a good time out of the game, Robert. You'd be perfect again to get back into the coaching.
I'm with you, Wallsy.
I'll be your runner.
Well, no.
We've thought about it, though.
I just think you want to get rid of him.
Would Essendon have him, do you think, John? He's a favourite son out there, Wallsy, at Bomberland.
I was wondering if you'd mentioned that. I've got no comment there.
Fair enough. There's Millsy getting it over to Black. As the Lions move it forward. Lappin for Brown versus Presti again. Points to Presti that time. Sure. You know, he won't give up. But it's back into the dangerous area. O'Brien latched onto a bit high, I thought. Umpire begged to differ. The hands were good from Chalman, and Adcock cranks it up for another one.
He's had a ripping night, Jet Adcock, hasn't he? 24 touches, 3 goals.
3 last week, 3 this week.
9 inside 50s. Going to be hard giving away the television tonight, Rob.
Well, gee, there's 8 or 9 Brisbane players who've just been fantastic.
We've only got one.
Have a look at Joffa. Where's the coat?
Where's the heart rate on Joffa? Hasn't covered much ground that I've seen. Out of the middle, McDonald. And here's Charman again. Tim Notting's been the running man tonight, and Jared Brennan's been the star of the show. He's been the headline act tonight. And he wanted to keep moving. He's got a feel for it. But the ball wouldn't do what he said. 6 goals, 5.
11 shots at goal.
But what about Brisbane then, Morsey? I mean, we saw how close they were in that logjam of teams pushing for a place in the 8.
Look, they've had an interesting season, Hutto. They started well, and then they had a 7-game period where the best result was a draw, and everybody thought at that stage they were gone. And this will be their 4th win in a row, and their most impressive one. Like, to come down here and beat Collingwood in front of a big crowd at the G, this is just wonderful for their confidence.
And Brown has been penalised, and he will be filthy. Look pretty good from here.
What about that for a hand in the back first?
Well, that's the rule, isn't it? So the umpire was spot on there. Didn't argue. As Cloak has it on centre wing. Margin 64 points. Brisbane's biggest lead in the game has been 75. Didak's been quiet. And a few mates. O'Brien. Long kick into the pocket. Rocker sets himself. Paul Mercurio resting on the bench, and interesting. As you'd expect.
Down 109 at half time. We showed the figure of LeCroux had it on 0. You might have turned the machine off at half time. A few Collingwood fans rang in, they were quite worried.
You're saving that lineup for a while?
No, I think the boys actually might have gone with it at half time anyway.
Quick kick out of defence. Cloak for Collingwood. To Clark. Little sidestep. Just gets past Tupper. Tarkin Lockyer being quiet also. Pumps it long. And the only man in the goal square is a Brisbane player. And it is McDonald. Short. Kick to Begley, who was the late inclusion for Scott Harding.
Thanks, Dale.
And this is still on.
This season's starting to take on the same shape as last season for Collingwood, Wolsey. They were 9 and 12 last year at the break, and this year they were 8 from 12. And last year they had a run where they lost 5 of 7 games. If they lose tonight, which it looks like they will, it'll be 3 of the last 5.
Yeah.
They came back and won the last 3 going into the finals last year before ultimately falling to the Dogs.
Power to Hooper.
Just too quick, Brisbane.
Puts the foot on the gas, didn't shoot for goal, decided to handball to Brown. Lost the handle on it, and Collingwood out of danger here. They do have a very kind draw, though, Haddo, this year. We'll look at that a little bit later on in this last quarter. As Swan hits up O'Brien.
You've got to win the games, though, quarters. I mean, as you said, they do have a very kind draw. A lot of people would have marked this one down for a win, at least a few weeks ago.
O'Brien kicks to centre half forward. It's an interesting option. You got Johnson against Charman and 2 loose Brisbane players next to him.
Well, Johnson against 4. It was just a terrible kick by O'Brien to put it to a teammate with the odds stacked against him.
This is Troy Selwood. To Brown. Beautifully controlled.
He just gets front spot all the time, Jonathan.
To Black. Now what's he going to do with it? Decides to pump it long. Copeland. Also Brennan there. Harry O'Brien's going to have to be good here. Pouncing as Hooper. He's run down the big H. He's in trouble here. Got to be penalised, surely. No, it's just come out in time. There's no goal there to Mills. Brennan will have another go. Good tackle. That's a free kick.
You actually got a kick. Got back to ball there if you bit late, Gary.
He was lucky. Harry O'Brien thought it was going to be pinged. Just got rid of it in the nick of time. And no doubt about this free kick. You might got a point there, Luke. Actually, you got a point. As it goes to half forward, but again, Brisbane win out. Merritt finds Riscatelli as the runner goes down. And now McDonald's. There's a lot of sting out of this game now. It's just all a question of margin, and everyone can get through unscathed. Brown.
John, down at ground level, what would your response be as a fitness man if the AFL brought in a rule that limited the number of interchanges a quarter to, say, 6 or 8?
Well, it's certainly going to take the speed out of the game, and it you'd have to look at it a bit more closely, but it may make the game a bit harder for players in terms of longevity in the game.
Let's just see Cope lining up for goal. This next question might be a bit political, John, but when do you think that the coaches will have access to all their players' on-ground information in the coaches' boxes as the game goes on live?
I'd like to see this come in the next couple of years. I think the biggest question we've got is the safety of the players with the units that they've got on their back. The AFL medical people are all saying it's okay, but we're only running around with, up to 5 players or so out there at the moment. But having the whole team out there might be another matter.
Well, Rugby League have an issue with it, don't they, with their style of tackling? Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. In fact, this is the first time anywhere in the world that this sort of thing is being done in terms of having GPS in real time for players.
Yeah, it's been great to get an insight into some of the readings on the various categories. And as we said, it's live, it's the first time, it's not just for you, but the coaches as well. And in the future, they'll be looking at it and maybe making moves depending on what they see.
Look at this wave of run.
Yeah. Begley.
They are all on the same page. I just love the way that they move.
Jonathan Brown, I reckon there's no doubt in the last month he's come up the ground a lot more like he used to. Lee said at the end of last year, Brownie's going to be stay at home full forward because of the injuries he was copping, but he's just a much more effective player because he can run them back.
He's happier, isn't he, when he can push up to the wings, run back into the old Pagan paddock type thing, running back with the flight of the ball. He's got a bit of support there now, hasn't he, with Brennan increasing his output.
So a bit of retreat going on for the Lions, and they'll try and funnel it in the other side perhaps. Rowe for power. And And Stiller onto his trusty left, perhaps. Leuenberger down there. He's walked his way up to the 50. Brown's about 30 out from goal. He serves a logical target. We love to watch him go.
Just followed him then, Hutto, and the work rate that he put in at this stage of the game, they're obviously going to win this by a huge margin, and you can see how hard he's blowing. I mean, he just ran Simon Prestigiacomo in a figure of 8 for about 100 metres, and you can see how hard he's working at the end. It's just so impressive for someone that size and how hard he works.
Well, he was quoted in the paper today saying he's finally got a bit of a fitness base this year, and only the last 4 or 5 weeks he's really felt good about himself again after those couple of lean years. And I'll tell you what,
one of the favourites for Coleman,
best, isn't he?
Coleman medal as well, lining up for his third for the night.
Chile wasn't quite good this week.
Obviously not. Well, he's on the road, of course, so much harder.
Good point.
Take away Chile, perhaps not as good as Kylie's at home.
Didak goes inboard. We'll have a look at an interesting stat in a moment on Jamie Charman and the amount of hits he's taken in this game. Speaking of hits, Lucuria gets wrapped up. Fraser fed it out to Lockyer. He's tackled by McGrath. And it's still alive. Out to Hooper. Breaks the tackle. Hooper back inside 50, and Brennan lost his footing. There's O'Brien, clears for Collingwood. Long kick. It's a good one. To Shaw, to Burns. With Shaw riding shotgun. Lays the Shepherd. Now receives the handball. O'Brien throws it onto the boot. Cloaks there. Got front posse. Couldn't take the mark. There's Jamie Charman having a break. Now explain this, John. His biggest hit in the game has been a 10.3er.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a big hit. I'm surprised by it, in fact. I wasn't expecting any of the G-forces to be over 10. All the data you've got to remember, isn't in a competitive setting. And we weren't really expecting it to be that high, so it's a big hit, all right.
So this is the first time, really, we've seen accurate measurements of G-force. We've seen some of the other measurements that you get later and you can download on a Monday, but G-force isn't one that you've been too familiar with, so you're surprised by how hard that hit is?
That's right, and any of the literature that I've read, I've understood that, you'd be expecting that sort of hit from a rugby league forward, not necessarily in our game. I suppose the other question is who's he actually hit? I'd be interested what their G-force was.
Look at that.
Showtime.
And I reckon he had a smile on his face too when he took it.
Showtime.
Well, that incident with Charm was probably when he hurt his shoulder.
Just in front of us on the wing.
Yeah.
This young man with the football, have a look at this. He is having the game of his life.
Right there, Harry.
I wonder if he's got a tally.
Thanks, Shane.
Oh, hello. 6 goals, 5 so far to make it 7. He's done it. 7 for Jared Brennan. He's pumped.
A whole different proposition playing the Brisbane Lions with this bloke in this sort of form. With the talent he's got, it just takes pressure off Jonathan Brown, brings Ryan Hooper and these guys into the game, and he is an absolute talent. Great to see it tonight.
And Luke, have a look at the clearances. That just shows the domination of Black in this game. He has just absolutely set his team up with his first quarter performance, and there's the contested possessions. Black 17, the next one is 8. It just shows the value of him.
And Black's had 30 touches overall. Gee, it was trade bait a month ago, Jared Brennan. Would you be trading him now, Rob?
No, absolutely not. I don't know what they've done to him over the last few weeks, but, with someone with that much talent, and I think he tries pretty hard and trains hard, it's just taken him a little bit longer to do these things consistently well. Look, Darryl White is a good example. Darryl White, excited, teased, did all those sort of things. Took a while to find a position for Darryl. He ended up playing as a defender in 3 premierships. When he came to the club, who would have thought that? So you've just got to be patient.
Jared Brennan playing his 54th game tonight. And it's by far his best. Down the other end of the ground, Paul Lucuria will have a shot at goal. He's had 12 shots at goal, Jared Brennan. 7 goals, 5.
Clement and Reece Shaw, really the only main two to come back into this Collingwood team. Obviously, Buckley, they're hoping they can get back.
Well, Clement's having a run for Williamstown, isn't he, this weekend?
Clement's only played 5 senior games this year. Buckley hasn't played any. It's, from the 2 leaders, a lot missing.
So Lucuria has missed.
So his heart rate a lot higher, wasn't it, than Nick Maxwell when he had the shot for goal.
Beautiful kick by Rhodes. Spots up Notting. He's also had a big night. This is his 22nd disposal. And he shorts it. And he finds Stiller.
Constantly look inboard.
Kicks in the Copeland direction. He just bangs it forward. Brennan. He weaves some more magic here. Paddles. Now gets it. One-handed, if you don't mind. Keeps it alive to Lappin. And Adcock will line up for his 4th.
Really rounds out their midfield well, Jed Adcock. I mean, we know the established stars with Black and Lappin and Power, but he's another dangerous option you've really got to keep an eye on.
So Adcock, it's going to be a close call. It's home. He's kicked 4 goals. He's had a huge night.
Well,
that's a good result from on ball, isn't it?
Absolutely. Adcock from Maryborough in central Victoria. Hutto, who was the absolute champion, legend of the game, who came from Maryborough, Victoria.
Did he play for Nick?
Big Nick.
Big Nick, yeah, correct.
Big Nick.
Yeah. Wow, Jones come from that area as well?
No.
Just checking.
What a night for Jed Adcock. 26 disposals, 3 clearances, 4 goals straight, 9 inside 50s. As Brisbane lead by 74.
Goal-kicking midfielders, aren't they? Super valuable. Patfull kept it alive. Leon hasn't been his night. And still has had Johnson covered. 5 minutes to go. Merritt. Selwood. Back for Burns. Leuenberger, big figure approaching, so he's able to get it back to the other ruckman in Richards. Leuenberger will lay a tackle now. Couldn't latch on to Burns, but Adcock showed him how to do it. And gave him a shot for good measure, Jed Adcock. He's tough as well, isn't he? Straight ahead sort of player.
He is tough, and he's had an outstanding night, and along with Brennan and also Simon Black, probably 3 of their best players. But someone who's really impressed me tonight has been Joel Patfull. The job he's done on Travis Cloak tonight, Hutto, has just been a great effort. It was a worry before the start of the game, and he's done an outstanding job.
Pressure got out of the game. You saw Lappin didn't take the mark and had the chance just to break free, set them up for another scoring chance. Stiller off the wrong boot. Brown crashing the pack.
That's exactly what he did, wasn't it?
Out of my way.
Well, don't you love to watch him? Eyes on the ball. He's just a model example for young players. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. You can see Presti's eyes are off the footy.
The eyes have it, Wolsey.
The eyes have it all right, Hutto.
Sorry, we're battling late in the game a bit, aren't we? 19-16, 130 to 7-14-56. It's 74 points. Jonathan Brown, this time for his 3rd. He's nailed it.
It was interesting to hear Lee Matthews speak earlier in the year about Jonathan Brown, and as Wolsey said, his courage is almost peerless in the competition. But Lee Matthews said, at times I'd love him to actually have a look, because he's going to kill one of his teammates at some stage. He just is so fearless, and he backs back so hard. He nearly cleaned Brennan up in the start of the game, so it was interesting to hear Lee Matthews talk about that.
Still, if you take a few of the opposition out as well, it's not bad.
Brisbane by 80. Paul, a curious heart rate. So, John Quinn, interesting observation.
Oh, look, I think it's very impressive. Look, I calculate Lucuria's heart rate maximum to be about 191, and he's been up in that top group. I reckon he's been in his max for about 80% of this game.
So it means he's worked his backside off. As the Lions work it, the Magpies work it forward, but the Lions defence again up to the task. Running in numbers, linking up, as Merritt kicks to half forward. Mills against Maxwell. He's got 4 goals next to his name, Nick Maxwell. So he can't complain about his output tonight. Luke Power. Clever kick around the corner to Hooper. He's looking for Brown. It was a clever kick. And there's a whistle here. It's a free kick going Collingwood's way. Not quite sure what it was for, but
I think Jonathan Brown is either, actually.
Prestigiacomo's happy to take it. Swan in the back pocket.
Mine.
Kicks now towards Thomas. And it's been a filthy night for Magpie fans. They would be absolutely shell-shocked, just wondering what's going to happen now the last few weeks. Talking up the top 2. Now all of a sudden, top 4 would be satisfactory, wouldn't it?
Well, the other teams in the 8, I mean, it's fallen for those teams that are in form now, isn't it? And they're making a bit of a charge, like St Kilda. They find themselves in the 8 tonight, or at the moment anyway.
Well, St Kilda's won 5 of their last 6, Hutto. The one that they lost was against Collingwood, which they're still kicking themselves for because I think they should have got it.
Could be a telling result later in the year, couldn't it, for both clubs? Stillett not penalised, though. Bree was on the line waiting to come on, just couldn't get on away the tackle. Mills comes and takes a lot of the punishment. An important player in the link. Power has been great again tonight. 26 possession. Rescatelli wants a turn.
Great goal.
And he takes it. There was a bit of a contrast, wasn't there, between the celebrations of the Lions and
86 points.
Random supporter that we happened to show in the crowd.
Luke Power here. I just love watching. He's the best short pass in the competition, Luke Power. He just always kicks short, and he finds a teammate every time, and invariably they then go on and kick a goal. His vision and spatial awareness is outstanding.
And sometimes football sucks.
Collingwood's percentage, well, it sucks tonight in what's happened to it. That's down to 100.
It's taken an awful battering.
They were coming in tonight 106, basically 107 their percentage. It was equal with West Coast going into the weekend. And the West Coast, sorry Luke, have had a big win last night, and Collingwood have been smashed tonight.
I know how Joffa feels.
Now it's a free kick for a fend-off against McDonald. A little bit harsh. Oh, beg your pardon, it's going the other way now. That was for the free kick. Thought it was going the other way for a second. So McDonald's got it. Off to Stiller. Now Luke Power. This is his 27th disposal. Black leads with 30. Adcock 27. Power 27. Although Breeze got 28 and Shaw 27 for Collingwood. Charman along with Black helped set this match up in the first couple of quarters. Back inside 50, Brown. Slick hands to Hooper. Hooper's got 3. It is 92 points.
Well, it's 92 points, Quarters. But if I was Mick Malthouse, I wouldn't spend too much time analysing this game. I'd just say, hey, this is one that you're probably going to get through a full season of football. Don't spend too much time on it. Their biggest losing margin before tonight was 33 points. This is an aberration.
The crowd was 45,000. I don't think it is now, boys. I think
the Lions' greatest winning margin over the Pies, by the way.
Gee. They've had some success against them, obviously. The Lions in the last couple, but before that, the Brisbane side had a dominance over Collingwood, which of course goes back, including a couple of grand finals. A wandering ball, and the Magpies out to meet it again. They want to get to 100 maybe with the winning margin. McDonald, as they share it around, still has been good. 26 possession outright. They're still full of running. Tim nodding. Brennan's on. He's going to wait down, and it's Copeland, who hasn't played as much of a prominent role up forward tonight as he has in the last 3 weeks, where he bagged 8 goals.
Record high score against Collingwood 2 for Brisbane.
Is that right? Yeah, well, I just think Mick Malthouse has got to dismiss this game. He just can't spend too much time on it.
Jared Brennan, the star, with 7 goals, 5. Gets the accolades from the opposition and certainly from the fans. They are going to be in full voice in just a moment, the Brisbane Lions fans, as Robert Copeland been another avenue to goal over the last 3 weeks. Hasn't got a goal tonight. He'd love one just for the road, but it's not to be. It matters little. The margin is 93 points at the end of the night. A red letter night for the Lions, and maybe for Jared Brennan. 22-17, 149 to 7-14, 56.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.
This program brought to you by Harvey Norman. There's a store near you. Bunnings Warehouse, where lowest prices are just the beginning. And Bottle Mart. Chances are there's one close to you.
AFL, it's down to the business end of the season, and Fox Sports has got you covered with 4 live games every week. This August on Fox Sports.
This is the Hyundai A-League Grand Final 2007. 2 clubs from 2 states who have as intense a rivalry as any in the country, Victoria and South Australia. It's Melbourne Victory versus Adelaide United. The title of Champions of Australia is the prize. Here's Owens with the free kick. Might break for Nathan Burns. Oh, missed it altogether, and then the second follow-up. We might get a third goal. Well, Melbourne survived somehow. Now Fernando with the audacious little chip. Approaching the 20-minute mark. Deadlock still to be broken. Maybe this is the chance. Fred through. Archie Thompson! Goal! Ball's over the line. Mark Shield has signalled the goal. And Archie Thompson, the man who never scored against Adelaide, puts that statistic right on the big stage.
Well, the referee's assistant flagged it straight away. Archie Thompson with the outside of his right boot. It hits the post. He was well found by Fred. What a great first touch. That's what sets up the goal. Well, in what has been a cage opening as Ross Aloisi gets a yellow card for a challenge on Fred. He's not happy about it. Kevin Muscat gets involved. You'd have to say in the opening 20 minutes, Melbourne had made slightly the better start. They looked more dangerous. Aloisi, frustration. Comes in late on Fred. Studs went up, maybe a touch harsh for Aloisi. Mark Shield right there on the spot.
Thompson, support arriving now for the victory. Still Archie Thompson. Still Archie Thompson. Oh, is that a penalty? Well,
I thought he should have pulled his trigger.
Oh, will Adelaide make them pay? Carl Beard, the space opened up for Travis Dodd on the right. Here's Dodd. It could be one apiece. And how did Melbourne survive that? Surely the wrong option chosen by Travis Dodd. This is Allsop. Very simple 1-2 with Fred. And this is where Melbourne are dangerous. Allsop running at pace. Fred on the outside. Fred in. Archie Thompson! Sensational goal for the victory. And they've doubled their money in the grand final.
What a wonderful piece of football. Again, it's down the right-hand side. As Greg Owens gets caught forward, they're away. But what they do well is they're away with pace. Danny Allsop, the overlapping run from Fred. Archie Thompson, beautiful run to the near post.
Well, this is what it means on the victory bench. They know that even at this early stage, a 2-goal cushion. Well, they're starting dreaming about trophies and medals. Now, Brebner's been caught very late, and Ross Aloisi, well, he's already been booked, and it goes from bad to worse for Adelaide United. They're 2-0 down, and now they've lost their captain for a second yellow.
Well, he's fired up, but it's a silly thing to do for a player of such great experience as John Cosmina. You can feel it slipping away as early as the 34th minute.
There goes Ball, finding Nathan Birds.
That's too narrow, isn't it? Adelaide, you needed Nathan Birds maybe just to keep his width there. Everyone can come inside. Played into Melbourne's hands. That's where there were numbers inside.
Muscat. Oh, lovely ball from Muscat. Thompson again. Archie Thompson! 3-0! And maybe that will bring the championship to Melbourne. Archie Thompson has a hat-trick. He'll take the match ball and possibly Melbourne the trophy itself.
Well, it's a great finish in the end, but it's poor defending. Even with 10 men, they get caught square again.
And Adelaide are exposed again here. Thompson looking for a fourth. It's back off the woodwork and over the top from Fred. And Daniel Beltrami, I can tell you, is screaming blue murder at his defenders. Thompson slips it through, also, and then Fred with the follow-up, back off the woodwork again. The second time they've hit the frame of the goal in the second half, and Adelaide clinging on. Simon Story. Just too easy. Now Fred. Melbourne will break with pace. 4 on 3. Thompson onside. This could be a fourth for Archie Thompson. That's it surely for Melbourne. They're singing in the rain at the Dome. And the trophy is heading for the victory cabinet. Maybe Adelaide can get one back here, but the flag's gone up. Nathan Birds won't count.
Oh, Adelaide have to keep it together here.
Well, our fans are baying for Mark Shields' blood. Here is Spagnola. Second in the league's assist list. And Gite. Oh, and it loops up and over Theoklatos. Hits the bar, and it'll be a corner. Again, it's Melbourne who come away with the ball. Danny Allsop. Now Muscat. Robinson. Now Fred. Allsop darts towards the near post. Thompson! Well, the ball is just glued to his boots, and glued, it seems, to the back of the net. It's 5 for Archie Thompson and Melbourne.
Well, this game's going to a lot of places around the world. There might be a few clubs that are watching this performance from Archie Thompson.
And it's 3 against 3 again. It's Fred. Robinson left. Allsop right. Danny Allsop. Well, it just won't go in for Danny Allsop. Well, now is the moment the Melbourne fans can show their appreciation to the man who has literally won the grand final for them. Single-handedly. 5 fabulous goals. Take a bow, Archie. Maybe it's time for one final flourish. Sarkis. Christian Sarkis. That is perhaps the pick of the bunch. What a way to finish it at Telstra Dome. Brilliant. And it's 6 for the victory.
What a wonderful strike against the tired Adelaide defence. but take nothing away. And Andy Merrick is smiling. He's even getting a hug from his chairman, Jeff Lord. I guess that means his job's safe next season. But what about the goal from Sarkis?
The final whistle blows. Victory is ours, proclaimed the banner made by the Blue and White Brigades. And now their premonition has come true. They've been the best off the field all season, and now they've proved it where it really matters. Melbourne, the football capital of Australia, and the champions of Australia.
I predicted this morning in the paper that I'd get a hat-trick. I usually say that, never happens, and to happen on an occasion like this is incredible.
Coming up on Fox Sports, live coverage of the AFL match of the round. It's third versus fourth on the AFL ladder with second spot up for grabs. It's the Hawks versus the Kangaroos from Aurora Stadium in Launceston.
Local Super Drive. Super Tips.
Now, Simon, I want to get back into a bit of fitness work, get back out and do a bit of exercise. How important is a routine?
Very. Routines are good. Routine gives you structure, gives you purpose, gives you something to focus on, and it's a great way of charting your progress, and it's great if you're working towards a goal. Really important if you're getting ready for a specific event, a fun run, or your first triathlon. Important thing with goals is once you hit them, you've got to set new ones.
What do most people want to get out of their exercise?
I want to lose weight, I want to get fit, I want to tone up. They're the big three.
For me, getting into that sort of fitness work, I get a bit bored. Is it important to have variety?
You got to keep it there. You got to keep it sort of, I guess, on the edge. And that can mean many things. Cross-training is one of the best ways to do things. And the way that cross-training works best is if you're used to doing, lots and lots and lots of weights, get out there and ride a bike. If you're used to working out by yourself, go for a run with a mate.
Now, if I get myself off the couch, how much time do I need to put exercise into?
Less than what you think. I've always advised my clients to get into 3 times a week for 30 minutes as a minimum. That's all you need.
So 30 minutes a day, that's all?
Definitely. If you get in there and you give it a great big shake for those 30 minutes, you're doing yourself a massive favour. You're going to hit hiccups, you're going to hit obstacles, you're going to lose your momentum. But it's just about getting back into the routine, keeping focused, looking at your goal and going, I'm going to do it.
So there you have it. Training and keeping fit isn't about cutting out all the enjoyable things in your life. You can still have a beer, in moderation of course. You make a few small changes to your diet, you throw in a bit of exercise, then you end up getting more out of your day.
Look up on Super Drive. Super Tips.
What will come to those who wait? None of your golden minutes here, mate. Our goals are golden, beloved, adored, lovingly crafted, reviewed, critiqued, tried and tested, the old back and forth, each one perfection, made to measure. Next month, football returns to Fox Sports. Good things come to those who wait.
This program brought to you by Harvey Norman. There's a store near you. Hungry Jack's. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's. Bunnings Warehouse, where lowest prices are just the beginning. Challenger. Investments, mortgages, possibilities. And LG's Clever Kitchen. LG. Life's good.
Who would have thought these two teams would be premiership contenders?
What a win for the Kangaroos! We'll say it again, it's one of their best yet. Great goal! Got the Wyman, the first gamer, to join in the fun. It's up Franklin, great play. And the Kangaroos have taken control now.
While everyone's waiting for their bubble to burst, both continue to defy the critics.
The Kangaroos are now second on the AFL ladder.
But how far can the Shinboner spirit take the Roos?
You've got to enjoy the moment. They've worked pretty hard. They're in second spot.
And is it too early for Clarkson's Hawks to soar?
Runs inside the 15. But this plays out of
It's the match of the round, and it's right here on Fox Sports. And welcome to Aurora Stadium in sunny Launceston for the AFL match of the round. It's third versus fourth on the AFL ladder as it stands. But the winner this afternoon will move up to second with September not that far away. In fact, this could be a finals prelude. A minor sensation moments ago with the late withdrawal of arguably the two best players out of the Hawthorn lineup. We'll go through that shortly as we say a very warm welcome to former St Kilda captain and Richmond coach Danny Frawley.
It's a great day for it, Dwayne, but two late withdrawals, Lance Franklin and Sam Mitchell, two of their best players. I agree with that.
Well, Lance Franklin has kicked 49 goals this year and Sam Mitchell is their clearance specialist. So without those two, it's going to hurt. Although Bo Dowler comes in for his third game of AFL football, just his first game of the season. And Travis Tuck gets the call-up, the 19-year-old son of the great Michael Tuck, the AFL games record holder with 426 games for the Hawks. And under the father-son rule, the young lad gets his first opportunity at AFL footy.
Well, look, Alistair Clarkson, the coaching panel, will earn their money today, Dwayne. I'll have to throw the side around. I'm pretty sure that maybe Crow may go forward.
Here's the ladder as it stands now. The West Coast Eagles have already played and already won. The Kangaroos win this afternoon, they're up to second. And Hawthorn, because of their percentage, if they win this afternoon, they will take the second spot on the ladder and everyone will shuffle down one. It's getting to a very hot point of the AFL season. And there's the Hawks lineup with those two new players in, Bo Dowler and Travis Tuck.
Well, put Crow to centre forward. Big ask for Gillen and Murphy, Birchall and Brown down the back line. With no Mitchell in the middle, I think Hodge will have to really step up himself, and the veteran Shane Crawford have to pick up the slack there, Dwayne.
The Kangaroos lineup. Daniel Wells was named for the Kangaroos but didn't come up, so doesn't take his place in the team this afternoon.
Looking forward to the ruck duel there with McIntosh with Taylor. That'll be fantastic. Shannon Grant, of course, one of the Brownlow medal favourites out here today, Brent Harvey.
And a little bit earlier on, Rowan Smith downstairs spoke to both coaches.
Well, Dean, a pretty important game for you today.
Oh, yeah, it is. And I'm sure at this time next week, a couple of hours before the game, I'll be saying the same thing. But no, it's another opportunity for us to come out and play well. You know, Hawks play well down here, and it's a hostile environment. And it's a good, another good test for our boys.
But to come down to Tassie and have a look at the ground, it's in terrific condition, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, I had a bit of a light training run here last night. It's a wonderful facility, and the Tasmanian people should be pretty proud of it.
And Brady Rawlings, 150 games, terrific effort.
Yeah, it is. You know, I spoke to the boys, you know, a little bit during the week about it, and sometimes we take Brady Rawlings for granted for the roles that he does, and I'm sure he'll get another big one today.
Good luck today, Dean.
Thanks, guys.
I was a little bit disappointed last week. Look to get into some good form again today.
Yeah, listen, we played well at this ground, Smithy, and you know, we're a bit disappointed with our performance last week against the Saints. You know, they're a good side and they're up and going at the moment, and we're just unable to get our game going as well as we'd like last week. But it'll be a real stern challenge again this week against the Kangaroos. They've been in really good form, and we're going to need to play at our best to get the points today.
And being third and fourth on the ladder, it is an important game for you today too.
Yeah, it's funny. Every game is critical, isn't it? And you know, a lot of the sides are playing one another around the 8 at the moment, and every win or loss can nearly be 8-point games for you. But now we give ourselves a real good chance against the Kangaroos. You know, we beat them earlier in the year at Telstra Dome, and we're hopeful that if we perform well today, we'll get the points again.
Al, thanks for your time. Good luck today.
Thanks, Billy. Cheers, mate.
It's going to be a tougher afternoon at the office now for Alistair Clarkson. There is the 19-year-old Travis Tuck on debut. He was picked 38 in the draft 2 years ago. This is his second year on the list, taken pick 38 under the father-son rule.
Now we know why Michael Tuck was at the airport, Dwayne.
Yes.
Champion player, brother of Shane, actually, from Richmond. So, fantastic day for the Tuck family. Been in the system now for a year and a half. Wouldn't expect too much of him today, just to get in there and compete. He's really hard at it. And, of course, Brady Rawlings, what a fantastic story. 150 games, just from down the road at Devonport. The Kangaroos, they live for milestone games, so that's going to be super important for Brady Rawlings. I'm sure he would have set himself for Sammy Mitchell. He'll have to change his thoughts and maybe go into Luke Hodge.
It's an appropriate time for Brady Rawlings to play that milestone 150th game down here in his old home state, Tasmania, just like his brother Jade, who played his 148th and final game down here last year when his two old teams met.
I think it's a lovely recognition that the team he finished with and the boys that he basically started his career with are here at the one time, and he'll be recognised for the man and the contributions made. He's been a very good footballer, but he's been a super clubman.
18 months. No deposit, no interest until January.